That's why I was saying to you, because he went over there and he's like, it's on. Because you went like that. I saw it too. I was like, what? Because you can see, like, it's even having a hard time.
Yeah.
Up there, connected. There. So let's see if it's they'll get a notification, so it'll give time for. How long do you guys have? Because I don't want to keep you past if you have other engagements too. So feel free to, you know.
We don't have anything immediately after.
Okay.
This.
I love the sound of my voice. I don't know.
I just gotta wait. See, let me talk. I got some of my community members are messaging.
While we're waiting for Nate too, here, can you pass that to Steven? I wanted to show him that because I noticed your jacket here. I wanted to show you this. I got a framed cell from Captain N. I just framed recently.
I was thinking of like the best way to do a cosplay today. And I was like, well, I can't wear a mask. And then I saw this on.
How often did that happen?
That Bull's Air. Bullsair.com. They actually sell the jacket. It has it has the Captain N stuff all on the inside.
That's so cool.
And then it says Captain N on the back.
That's great.
And then I got the Nintendo sneakers too.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, I figured it, you know, I can fit in with these cosplayers too. But I figured it'd be good for the live stream. It shows that we're on this internet. For one, I'm fighting it, so I'm seeing things come on. So we're good. We're good. I'm getting the thumbs up here.
Cool.
I just got to get back to YouTube here so we can see comments. So if you guys are watching, sorry about that. YouTube knocked us off because we're live. It's showing us that we're live. So.
We said something bad about shorts or something that cut us off.
I think Twitch jumped in there and just decided to kick us off.
Yeah.
Stop it. But this is something, like I said, that I don't want to.
Really, Corey?
Somebody needs to fire that guy.
I'll get my people on it.
But do you hear what that does to the mics? It's like it comes through. There we go. Now it's back up and going. Here we go.
Fantastic.
There we go.
We exist.
Oh my goodness.
We are there.
Stream Elements is running. We're all back. And we just gotta wait for everybody to come back in.
Nice.
And when he gets back from the bathroom. Yes. So if you guys got any questions in the meantime, we'll continue our conversation. If you guys want to say anything, then we'll get back to the topic.
Well, something I was going to throw out there as far as like getting started on YouTube too is that this is more pragmatic maybe than like design mentality, but never underestimate production values. I'd say like I had built a subscriber base in excess of like 25 or 30,000 people before ever spending any money on equipment. But I used a couple of gooseneck clamp lamps from Walmart for 2-point lighting, and then a Rock Band microphone, and I think it was my
too.
You don't have to just because you don't have professional equipment doesn't mean you can't improvise and find ways. Like look up some basic digital video production or film techniques like 3-point lighting, rule of thirds, just some basic things like the depth of field. If you learn those basic tools, and then you can use like the pro mode on your camera on your phone to kind of just crank it up to 11 a little bit. You know, like I think production values help a lot to stand out from the crowd.
Yeah, they certainly do. To sort of counter that, I've definitely seen like people. Hold on now. No, it kind of goes back to what we were talking about, where it's just like people would sometimes ask me like, what microphone do you get? What camera do you guys like? It doesn't. So long as you're entertaining and so long as people can attach themselves to you, it doesn't matter. Like you could have the crappiest Logitech camera or the crappiest Rock Band microphone. Well, audio matters a lot.
Audio matters
but
more. Yeah, people will just leave immediately.
Right, it does matter. But like if people care enough about what you do and if they like it enough, you can circumvent that. Like it's not the most important thing.
It just has to be a minimum standard.
Yeah, there is a minimum standard.
It can't be degrading. That's all.
And you can always like reinvest what you get from that back into your workflow, because like
no one wants to hear someone that's talking like this half the time.
No, that's and I agree. That's kind of why, like in my studio, this is my portable setup. I have a TriCaster in there, but I used what I had at the time. Like I didn't build into that. It's like I had to learn how to use it.
Yeah.
Because people have said to me, they said, well, all the gear that you have right now, if you could have had that when you started, don't you think you'd be like leaps and bounds ahead? And I was like, no.
I'd be in the exact
I wouldn't know how to use it.
I would be exactly where I am right now. Maybe a couple days behind.
Right? Like, so what do you do, right? So I think tools is good. if you're trying to go for the business side of it,
Yeah.
you have to upgrade your equipment if you're going to try. Because, like you said, people aren't going to listen to you if you're talking like this, or you know.
I think people get caught up on building like their perfect wish list of tech before they have a concept of the next 10 videos they're going to put out. You know, like which is I think a pitfall for a lot of early or green creators.
Or some people think they have to have like the perfect setup before they start, and that's not true.
Yeah. No. Use what you have. But when did you get to the point, all of you guys? When did you get to the point and said, you know what? I can make money on it. I can quit my day job. I can hire editors. I can do this for a living. I can do this and sustain my life.
I always thought that since middle school, so I'm the outlier here.
No, he definitely is. Man, it's tough.
Mine's similar. I knew it was I just knew this was my chance to do it, and so I just gave it my all.
Fair.
But I did have a background in film, and a lot of stuff that you mentioned, like I've used a TriCaster, all that stuff in my previous work. So I did have a kind of a leg up because I understood all the tech starting out.
I was kind of thrust into this because I was laid off from a job at the time that like my YouTube started to pick up, and my training is in game development, and I live in Kentucky, and so you can imagine there's not a whole lot of opportunities for game development in the middle of the South. But so as I was looking for new opportunities, I was like, well, this seems to be picking up. I guess I'll try this for a while, and then haven't looked back. So
yeah, mine's kind of similar in that like I was just out of high school. I was looking for a job because I wasn't sure I was going to go to college. It was very unlikely. Started making videos that performed well. I'm like, okay, I can keep going. Made another one, did well. Made another one, did well. I'm like, okay, we can do this. And it wasn't until like, I don't know, maybe a couple months in where I started to meet some of these people. I was like, okay, this could be a thing. You know, like this could be what I dedicate my time to.
And that's it. You got to dedicate time. Like I'm at the point in my life where I have, a wife and kids and a job and other responsibilities, and I see these guys neglect that stuff because they think they're going to be the next big YouTube star.
Yeah.
What do you guys say about time management? Well, if you're in that position, these guys that are coming, I mean, there's a lot of guys in the home arcade space that are here. There's guys in the console space that are doing it. How do you be successful and still not do it 24/7?
Well, that's why I said earlier. I think a lot of it comes down to right place, right time. Like, because I don't know if I started a channel now, I don't know if I would have time to do it. Honestly, Like, there's a pretty good chance I probably have some other job, and who knows beyond that.
And it really depends on the person too, because there are a lot of creators who literally that is their life. Like it is the 24/7 grind, and they like it that way. And it's just like, well, I can't fault you, but there are other people who just don't want to do it. They want to have the family. They want to have like the other, live their normal lives, as it were.
Yeah. I think perspective is probably everything, and I'll draw like the random goal, which is some YouTubers do want to be exactly that, just get in front of the camera, get their check, and then that's it. They don't want any of the deeper connections with it. But I would say, like, on an individual level, when it comes to time management, I'm looking at it in such a way that almost everything that I'm doing, even away from the camera, is all going towards the same common goal. So, like, my health, for example, I was, like, over 300 pounds. Every day that I wasn't streaming and I was working on my physical health, in my mind, I was working on my work. Like, I wasn't in front of a camera, but I was working towards the same common goal, which is, like, the way that I view some of my peers as a role model. A lot of those things come into what they're doing in their day-to-day lives. Like, what makes someone a good role model is far more than what's happening on their stream. So it's like, I put all 24 hours into the work, even though maybe very few hours are actually going towards, on a computer and stuff.
Yeah. That's good. What about you guys?
Well, I think another big pitfall that folks in our space fall into is perfectionism. I think a lot of us spend a lot of time and are never really happy with what we ultimately put out. But, I've heard it said that art is not finished, it's abandoned. And I think that that needs to be the mentality if you're hoping to build a regular schedule or have any hope of ever actually putting things out there, is you get to a point where you're like, and I mean, it sounds maybe short-sighted, but like you get to that good enough point where you're like, okay, this is entertaining. This is something that, if this video flops, there's going to be another one. Like you just kind of keep going. I laugh because I kind of have this mentality throughout my life. Like I can spend an hour on like a DoorDash or whatever app, like trying to decide what I want to eat. It's like in my mind, it's like this meal has to be perfect. It has to be what I'm craving. But you get 2 other chances. Like you just like put a video out there, even if even I come like I said from game development, and the same mentality applies. Like put out 1,000 crappy games, and you'll get the experience to do like one masterpiece. And I think that like if you're as long as you're pushing towards putting something out there, in many ways you can't go wrong.
And the thing is too, like half the time those are only things or details that we'll see.
Yeah.
Like we'll put stuff out and it's like, I missed this. Nobody will mention a thing about it because it's just like they're not paying attention to it.
Or if they do, like I've resigned myself long ago to I'm always going to make a mistake no matter, because I do a lot of research-based videos, but I'm always going to get something wrong. And anymore, I just think of that as that's free engagement. I'll get a comment, somebody says, "Hey, actually," and then it'll bump it up in the YouTube algorithm. Right. It's like, thanks, bud.
It's pretty common for me to like say words wrong, and there's like 1,000 comments about it. I'm like, well. Thanks. Oh well, I said it wrong. Like
I have 3,000 comments.
I don't really worry about like tiny mistakes like that. If I say something slightly wrong, or if I get like one tiny fact wrong, like you know what, we're human.
I don't know about you guys, but it's very easy for me to get for my natural state. I'll get caught up in those details.
Me too.
But you really can't if you're on this.
I'll get caught up in my head if something could have been hella hilarious and then it wasn't.
So going along with this being something for a living, one of the taboo things in the space, whether it's home arcade or gaming, and I'm going to throw this out there, is people being accused of being a shill. Now, the reason I'm bringing that up is you're doing this for a living.
Yeah.
You have to work with companies, have to show yourself worthy, if you will, to these companies if they're going to pay you.
Yeah.
Okay? What's your take on that?
I don't think you should be afraid of working with any company that you believe in. I mean, at the end of the day,
right.
They're going to support you, and if you have a team, like it's not just about you anymore. Like I have a lot of people that I work with, and they rely on me, and it's through my workings with these companies that then make their life better as well. So I think anyone who's going to come and call you a shill, it's like I don't it doesn't matter.
I have
no
bills to
pay.
I do have. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm kind of like with Swanky. I've also noticed a bit more of a trend where I feel like more people are more accepting of it.
Yeah.
It's like, I know brand deals are annoying. No one likes to watch them in the videos, but like most people just take half a second to skip it if they don't want to watch it, and then that's that.
Yeah, I would say if the ad itself morally and ethically aligns with your own view of the world, anyone who gets upset at you for promoting it, they're probably someone who's going to get upset with you for your own opinions as well. They already morally and ethically don't align with what you're putting out there, so it's just a conflict waiting to happen, and they're looking for a reason. That's how I see it.
And we can always say no, like if there's a
I've said no to a lot of brand deals. Like there's been a lot of like really sketchy ones.
I'd say
might have paid a lot. It's like no.
For every 20 offers I get, we get to take about one of them. So we say
absolutely.
No a lot.
We do say no a lot.
Oh yeah.
And what's cool too is that a lot of these brand deals, like I think at first a lot of them was like, oh, this is not what you're promoting, but nowadays more so, not 100% of the time, but it's just like. And I've noticed this, especially on this trip, we'll be talking about it. It's like, oh no, I love the service. I think it's actually
we were just
really,
talking
really good.
about Factor
we were
a few days ago. So it's a brand deal you've probably seen a lot, and I like Factor. Like I actually worked with them like earlier this year. I ended up subscribing them because I actually like eating their meals. They're pretty tasty.
It's so easy to show anything if you actually just
use it. Yeah, right.
I don't think any of us are ever compromising our morals, so it's like not something. And I think the audience feels that too. Like every now and then someone will have a wrong take, and they're like, but they did this. And it's like, well, what am I supposed to do? Like.
So let me ask you: do you think a lot of this stems from jealousy?
I think they're young, naive.
People come in and say that.
I think it's a naivety thing.
I think it's naive over jealousy. I'd say a small factor are jealous and angry, and most of them are just naive.
So if you're building this to become your job, you got to overlook that.
I think the people who are saying that, a lot of times they get influenced by other, because a lot of these kids, they're just influenced by who they watch online. So if one person's using the word shill in regards to something, then they're going to be like, oh, that's a cool word.
It's real, seriously.
It's very much exactly how it works. Yeah.
Well, you talk about kids. Like I had a grown man, I remember early on in YouTube, that said that, like, lumped me in with a bunch of YouTubers and said that we were all e-beggars for the fact that we had a Patreon. Like that was like the line in the sand. Like if
I
you
hear
have a
that too,
Patreon,
e-beggars, yeah.
you're in your e-beggar, and like, you just kind of have to tune out the noise at some point and like just keep on working on what you want to work on.
I do think you said as an older person, I think a lot of younger people don't really care anymore about that. Like they're much more eager to support the people that they actually watch.
Get that bag.
I see it all the time. Get the bag.
Yeah, because like even for, I'll just use this as an example. I have a feeling I'm going to have comments on this afterwards because I have this sitting here. Now, mind you, I've worked with them. They've sent me review units, whatever. I've disclosed that, okay? Yeah. But they were like, I had 2 cans of soda sitting here, and they were like, hey, this is a refrigerator. And I was like, that's cool, you know, right? Like literally. And then like everybody will start
their drinks.
Right. So everybody's going to be like, look, he's shilling for them, and he's having all these people sit behind it for product. That's what they're going to say. I know it. You guys will go back. You'll see it.
When it comes to stuff like shilling or worrying, just like get your baseline opinion of those things from the creators in your field and not the consumers.
Ooh, it also comes down to how much attention you draw to it as well. Like if you just ignore people that are upset about you, like, you know, like make some doing some whatever brand deal, whatever, like just don't say anything and then just move on with your day. That's it.
At the end of the day, it's also them complaining about a free service. Usually, like, a lot of stuff is like, we make free content. It's like, I mean, you can watch us, you can choose to support us, but like that is what keeps the light on. Sometimes a brand deal will support your team. So at the end of the day, it's like, do you want the content or not? So
I have people to feed.
Yeah.
So do I.
So there's a comment from Rich Adello. He said, Steven, can you ask the guys what's the worst experience that they've had in promoting a product and the product supplier gave them a hard time? That's a great question.
Oh, man. Okay.
Great question.
Every time I've worked with Raid Shadow Legends, it's been just a pain in the butt. Like they're constantly asking for redos over and over again. I haven't worked with them in a long time, but I've never liked working with them.
There was, and to sort of shed light on how sort of out of touch these companies can be, I got approached by a publisher to do a video on one of their games that had just come out or that they wanted to promote because there was a sale or something. I did a video on it, and I have a certain style of video that anybody can just click on my channel and see what it is I do. And so I made the video assuming like, okay, you know what I do. This is the perfect opportunity for this. Made the video and they're like, hey, we didn't like that. And it's just like, what did you think I do? Like,
I'll get emails for like, hey, here's our chair. Can you make a 15-minute video on our chair? I'm like, no. What? They don't watch what you do, so it's like, and I think it comes down to a lot of times the people that are difficult to work with are people that have not been in the promotional space for, you know, influencer marketing is what they call it, that very long. The longer they're in and they understand the quirks and they actually spend time looking at creators and watching them and understanding their ecosystem and also their communities, a lot of that tends to go away.
I honestly haven't had too many terrible sponsor interactions, but I did have one like that. I won't name them by name, but I had a weird interaction this year where I was sent a product for review. And I mean, if I say it was a sponsored video too, and I was clear about that. So they paid for the video, and they'd send me this review unit. And I genuinely loved it, and I used it for a project and put it out there, and everything seemed to go well. And then like 6 months later, they emailed me and were like, "Hey, we're ready for that review unit back." And I was like,
what?
I was like, I mean, I'm taking it around to cons and showing it to people just because I enjoy it and I've been using it. Like, are you sure you don't want that kind of word of mouth marketing?
This was mine.
Like, yeah, that was generally. I mean, maybe that's a point of privilege, but like, generally speaking, if somebody sends you something for a review, that's yours to keep for as part of the process. So that was it took me by surprise. But after I emailed back, they were like, yeah, never mind. You're fine. You can keep it.
I've done a couple. They're always fine during the fact. One of them was like, I won't say the game, but I promoted a game and it had like a $20 price tag, and it to me on paper is like literally great. I enjoyed playing it and stuff. And then the ad goes out and I play it again, and I realize, oh man, this game is not very long. It actually ends rather quickly. So I have the guilt of like, oh, I made people spend $20 on a game that they play for 2 to 3 hours. It just like wasn't enough. So I haven't had any like bad dealings, but I definitely have had some leaving me feeling bad.
I still think it's funny that somebody wanted you to talk about a chair for 15 minutes.
That's
pretty good.
We've all gotten that chair. We know exactly what chair he's talking about.
That chair in our Discord chats, we have like emojis that are like just, it's like all inside jokes.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, that's just, yeah. Okay, well, if you guys in the chat room have any other questions, throw them out there. If you guys want to add anything else, I could talk to these guys all day. We could entertain you all day long. You guys could flash your Venmos or your Cash Apps. You know?
That'll be $500.
But no, in all seriousness, I've seen some of the fans for you guys coming up wanting selfies and that, so I don't want to tie you guys up. That's not fair to the young ones. They're the future of YouTube.
Yeah? Yeah, they are.
They are.
Or TikTok.
We still like to think that we're like 18 years old, and we look back and we're like, oh, we're 10 years older.
Wait, no, we're not.
Oops.
Not anymore.
So JLS Gaming says you ain't doing it right if you don't have haters.
Yep.
That's right.
I think that's true.
There you go. That's a great point. Can you put these YouTuber links in the show description?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. If you want to email me, everybody, I know that's probably, unless you have.
I can.
Because him and I were in contact, so.
Okay.
He's like, great.
Literally, if it's youtube.com/any of our usernames, they will show up.
All right, so let's do this. We'll do it verbally right now. We'll start at the end and work your way down. For your Twitch.
Simple flips everywhere. YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, etc.
Yeah, it's Nathaniel Bandy.
Yeah. So it's Char5, CHA, 2 R's, 3 I's, and a 5. Anywhere.
Swanky Box and Horoscoped, both channels.
And Nintendo and Andrew smashed together into one portmanteau.
And you will find it.
And what I'll do, guys, when I get back, obviously I have all the names in the emails. When I go to subscribe, I'll get all the links into the video description for everything of this, because I'll have some work to do for you.
For us?
So you guys can subscribe. No, I really appreciate you guys taking the time and coming on here and having a chat.
Yeah.
Make sure you sign the shirt if you haven't signed the shirt. I want to get that frame, put it in the game room just as a memento for everything. But generally, I appreciate that. And if you guys are at any other conferences and I'm there and we're set up to broadcast, come on over. We'll chat.
Thanks so much.
We will chat.
Yeah, thank you for inviting us.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime. Let's take you to Corey in the main stage, because I can't hear myself right now. So let's go to Corey in the main stage.
And that's me. I got to sign too.
All right.
Can you hear me that? The sign?
Oh, yes.
Just amplify.
Maybe next year I'll have you a little bit farther. Oh, so you can do both.
Yeah, because we're getting the feed from their rolling switcher.
That makes sense.
I'm really sorry. I was at first.
Oh, you're good.
My phone was
Our YouTube dropped.
Yeah,
And YouTube dropped when it comes streaming, so YouTube picked it up.
So the stream was down for a little bit. While you were gone.
Oh, I still felt that. I was like, I can hold it. No, I can't. Yeah, there's been a few of those. I used to go back to a boots or something.
I can't wait for that.
We're keeping it family friendly.
I can't wait for you to tell me about King Hippo. This guy looks like an interesting fellow to know.
So this is like 5-year-old me would just turn the game off, and because I couldn't figure it out. So what you got to do is when he opens his mouth, you punch him in the mouth. It's like the game teaching you how to counter punch. But what we're going to do here is we're going to be counting hearts. Hearts is kind of like your life meter. If you get hit, you lose 3. If you miss or get a punch blocked, you lose 1. We're going to use our 9 hearts to manipulate it. When it gets down to 0, he kind of resets a pattern where he'll automatically open his mouth. So he'll swing, he'll hit me, he might even knock me down, but it's all part of the plan because he's otherwise pretty random.
Okay. Now, I have a question, though. You said that he opens his mouth.
Yeah.
How do you know he opens his mouth? What's the signal for you?
A very short audio cue, just kind of a little bap.
Okay. So listen for that.
That's my C+ NES sound there. A little
There
bap.
you go. All right, Little Mac versus King Hippo. Here we go.
All right, that's going to be it. That's King Hippo, everybody.
All right, let's hear it.
Very favorable pattern. So.
Wow. And I thought your sound effect was quite accurate. I was.
Well, thank you.
Followed along. All right. So who's next? Who are we playing now?
Okay, so we got Great Tiger. We have a very specific pattern that we do that will basically he'll go down, he'll TKO him in 51 seconds exactly. If we do mess something up, he's relatively easy because he's kind of like the Von Kaiser clone where he'll give you a bunch of stars if he feels like it, but hopefully we don't have to get to that. And then another certain thing about this game is anytime a boxer gets up on a 1 count, if you hit him with a star punch, they automatically go down, which hopefully we're going to take advantage of.
All right, let's see it. Little Mac versus Great Tiger, everybody.
I think we're good. So here's a 1 count.
With 1 hand.
And just for fun, we'll do it one more time. Cool. All right. Great Tiger, everyone.
All right, TKO.
Oh, wow, there's a lot of you here.
Yeah, you drew a crowd, man. This is an amazing thing. We want to see it. This is one of the biggest events we have here, like every time. That's why you got to be here every year, man.
Yeah.
It
You
blows
guys look
people away.
beautiful, so.
Yeah, thanks for being out here. Okay, let's see who's next. So we got a title bout coming up.
Yep.
All right. Oh, I remember this guy, Bald Bull.
Oh, yeah.
So Little Mac versus Bald Bull. What's the strategy here?
We have a good pattern, knocks him down the first time pretty quickly. But the second and third knockdowns, he has. Sometimes he'll deviate from the norm, and we have to kind of come up with little stuff on the fly. But lots of star punches. If we do get to the 2-minute mark, he'll do the dreaded bull charge. We'll go all the way back to the back of the ring and then hop towards us. Hopefully we don't have to do that, but if we do, probably be more fun for you guys to see that, though. So we'll see what happens.
All right, here's the title bout against Bald Bull.
Hopefully 17 seconds. Yeah. All right, let's have fun. Oh, Yep. That's interesting. We're good. No, we're not. What a jerk. Okay. I think we're good. You guys might get your bull charge after all. Oh. What a pattern. All right. I'm sorry, what? Oh, okay. All right, we saved it.
Wow. Did anyone else get a little bit of stomach clench there for a second?
All right.
Wow. I was nervous for you.
Yeah, me too.
That was amazing. What a comeback. What a comeback.
All right, more
All right.
montage. More
New
montage.
champion. All right.
That was really terrifying. I don't even know what he did.
Yeah. Well, he did that the rush a couple times there.
Yes, he did like the little rolling jabs, and
yeah,
I didn't like that pattern at all. I came up with something on the fly, honestly.
Yeah, it's funny to think about some of these older games having that much like sort of not AI, but you know what I mean, like that kind of thinking. You think they were a little bit more simply programmed, but it does pretty well at like challenging each time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
All right, so Piston Honda's back.
Yep. We got a set pattern for him here, just as long as we just hold down our button. So it's like basically, as soon as I hit a button, where the hell is my mic? As soon as I hit a button, and as soon as I hear the audio of the punch landing, I release it immediately, hold it back down, so then I know that I'm hitting it at the exact frame every single time. So what we do with Piston Honda is we're going to do that. What is that? We're going to do 39 of those, and he's going to go down in a minute. And if he doesn't, then I don't know. We've had all sorts of surprises already this run, so let's just see if anything else happens.
It's been amazing. All right, here we go. Little Mac versus Piston Honda rematch.
Come on, Kevin. All right, that's going to be it for him. He might try to get up at 5 or 9, but it's over. So. Oh, good try, bud. Sorry.
He's staying down. All right. No second chance for Piston Honda. Wow. So tell me, for those who may not be familiar with everything, like, you know, I've played this a few times back in the day. I was never very good at this. When you were punching him, it looked like you were doing damage to yourself. Tell me about that. Was that happening, or your hearts were going down?
So the hearts is like, it's not your life. It's just like, it's the amount of, I guess you could call it like stamina or energy.
I gotcha. So you were going nuts at him there. And
yeah,
that's
so
why.
it's like, I eliminate all my hearts to force him to go into he has like if I don't have hearts, he does a certain pattern.
Gotcha.
So I like set that up, and then.
Oh, you were drawing him in.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
I was luring him into a false sense of security.
I love that. All right. So Soda Popinski, we haven't seen this guy yet from Moscow. Tell us a little bit about him.
Yeah, he's kind of our first gatekeeper, regardless of what you thought of that bullfight earlier. But so we don't get a whole lot of hearts. This is our first fight where we actually use the music. We listen to the music based on like the measures of the melody to know when to start hitting him, and then. I guess shorthand version, we want him to throw uppercuts instead of hooks. If he throws hooks, I have to sit there and block. And again, we don't have a whole lot of hearts, so if we run out of hearts, he goes into these other patterns, and we'll just hope that he's friendly to us. How about that?
All right, here we go. Little Mac.
Yeah. Boo hooks, yay uppercuts.
There we go. Soda Popinski.
And he's got very wobbly knees. Why didn't he go into that? Okay, that's fine. We got this. Interesting. We're gonna take an intentional knockdown. We're good. I think. Oh, shit, okay. That hasn't happened before. I think we get a rematch out of the way. Okay, yeah.
All right. So, yeah, that was not what we expected, obviously.
No.
I think I might have distracted you.
So, if everyone can erase the last 2 minutes of your memory,
there we
that'd
go.
be great. Yeah.
All right, so time for a rematch. We got it this time.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Wow.
Wow. What a comeback.
Oh, man. All right.
So let's talk about that for a second. So what did he do differently the first time that he threw something in there you weren't expecting, it feels like?
Yeah, it's I timed something wrong. That's
gotcha.
kind of the thing. That's why he's kind of a gatekeeper. If you mess up one thing,
All right.
I need a star punch, and I got hit and lost it, and then I got real sad. But now we're good.
No, I mean, and in no time, when our bald bull is back.
Yep.
And what's the strategy this time? Has he learned anything new? Is he?
Different patterns, he does different stuff. The difference in this one is you can only TKO him. You have to knock him down 3 times in a round, and he only goes down if you use a star punch or you knock him down with the bull charge. And so it's a little scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got this.
All right. Well, Little Mac rematch against Bald Bull. Let's see.
We're getting bad patterns. Oh, this is fun. Get up at 9. Thank you. Come on, dude. Thank you.
Nice. And that's 2, right?
That's 2. We're turning 2. Turning 2. What a jerk. Okay. Yep. So he has a 1 in 6 chance of doing rolling jabs, and he did it 3 times in a row.
Wow.
If you want to do the math on that.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Okay.
So we're starting again.
Yeah, so we're starting again. We're going to hold select, get some health back if we took a couple of... Thank you. Thank you, kind sir. I can't see. 1 in 216. Let's go. Oh, yeah, that is right. Shit. Okay. Let's see what happens. I can't tell you the last time I fought Bald Bull in round 2. I think he's going to throw rolling jabs, but let's find out. Yep. Hey! Hey!
All right.
Oh, wow, you're easy. Okay,
Wow.
Okay. This, okay. Let's do it again. Okay.
There we go. All right. That was another tense one. You're giving me, I'm sweating over here.
Dude, the game does not like me right now. I'm not a fan of this. So.
No, but it didn't matter. You rose to the challenge.
Yep.
All right.
Here's
so
our friend again.
Here he comes. Don Flamenco is back, and now you said he's just a jerk now.
He's a jerk. Has very awkward punches, very weird timing. Also, no matter what, you can't get knocked down 3 times the whole fight or it's over. And his little wimpy hooks do a lot of damage, even though it just looks like he's just kind of tapping you with his fingers.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. I don't know what else to say about him, but we're going to try to knock him down in 45 seconds, at least the first time. If we can get him down the first time in about 45, 46 seconds, I think we'll be okay.
All right, let's
not,
hear it for this one. Let's get him pumped up for this one. We got Don Flamenco back. Let's take him down in 45. Let's do it.
All right. 4. No, okay. 4. 1, 2, 3. We're going to take an intentional knockdown. This will look hilarious. So. Okay.
Nice.
I just like when he makes that goofy face. All right. Should be about 130. Yep. This will be close. This is going to be really close, I think. Depends on if he wants to throw an uppercut or not. Of course. All right.
All right, round 1 is over.
He's missing hair.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What? How can you hear that? I don't know.
Just intuition.
You can hear the hair in the
Just hear the follicles just falling off his head, you know?
Yeah, so when you, in round 2, are you going to try anything different, or is it kind of the same?
It's going to be forcing him to do uppercuts, and then I just blast him in the face a bunch. But he'll just kind of randomly block them and decide not to throw uppercuts if he feels like it, which isn't great. We'll see. There you go, buddy. Come on, dude. Wow. We're going to round 3. We're going to round 3. Whoa. Okay, okay.
Oh,
We're
come
going to round 3.
on.
Yep.
All right. Well. Oh, he's hurting. He's hurting too, though. Let's face it. All right, round 3. How many times do you?
He might go down if I knock him down twice, but
Okay.
I don't know what he's going to open with. Okay. Oh, that's a pretty star. That's a pretty star.
There we go. In 3, took 3 rounds, but he took him down. You gotta feel good about even when it's tougher like that. You gotta feel good after that kind of a knockout, right?
This is Bizarro World. I have no idea what's going on, but hopefully it's entertaining for you guys. I mean, you guys are having
come
fun, right?
on.
Okay. Good.
It's pretty.
We got 3 more to go here.
3 more. Here we go. So, a new fighter we haven't seen yet, Mr. Sandman. What's his strategy?
Kind of manipulate. We know when he throws left and right hooks, and then about the 130 mark, he'll do this thing called the Dreamland Express, which he throws 3 uppercuts. We're going to try and dodge all 3 of them, and then after that, we try and stick him in a certain pattern and hopefully beat him in about the 255 range in the first round.
Okay.
Considering how this run's going, it might go to round 2. You never know.
Yeah. Well,
it's
we'll
just more
see.
fun this way.
Let's hear it, Lemon. Let's get him going. Come on. All right.
All right. That felt really good.
Very nice.
248.
243.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Get my swagger back.
There you
I got
go.
a little bit of the swagger back.
All right. 2 more, right?
2 more.
So now the title bout. This is the one that gets you to Tyson.
Yeah, we got a Super Macho Man.
All right.
Very similar to Sandman. We kind of stick him in a certain pattern, only we throw star punches, and he does have this whirlwind punch. I think it's called the Macho Punch. You think I'd know the lore, but he just like spins around in circles, and we have to kind of time it. He can do anywhere between, I think it's like 3 and 10 times in a row. So we just have to kind of stay focused and not get blasted in the face. So.
All right. So there's a lot of timing in this one.
And then after him, there's some other guy. I don't know who it is.
Yeah, well, we'll see when we get there.
He has pectorals, by the way. We got the goofy looking knockdown.
Beautiful. Woo. All right. You made that look easy, my friend. All right, this is it now, right? Like, this is what we've been waiting for. You're the new champion of the... But now, this is it. This is the tough one. This is the one that gave a lot of us I mean, I tell you what, I've never made it this far in this game myself. So I'm already impressed. So we're about to fight none other than Mike Tyson himself. This is one of the more famous boss battles in gaming history right here. It's a dream fight. Kevin, tell us a little bit about the champ, Mike Tyson. What's it like? What are we looking for?
I know, what can I say? It's so what we've figured out is, for those of you who don't know, the first minute and a half of the fight, he just throws uppercuts almost seemingly at random, and they're all one-hit knockouts. So if you get knocked down in 3 times, you know, that's pretty much it. What we figured out is a way to buffer or do like certain inputs where we can dodge all of those uppercuts through either just trying to punch him and he blocks it or just dodging. So we kind of cheat our way through the first minute and a half and then get to the rest of the first round, which is still really hard. Sure. And then we'll get to round 2, and he'll still be a jerk, but we'll see how it goes.
All right. Typically, do you try to end it in round 2, or do you?
Yeah, if we need to end it in round 2. If it goes to round 3, he's essentially random.
Okay.
And then, you know, if we have to explain that, we'll get there. But
I gotcha. No, we don't want to get there. Let's do this.
I don't even want to think about that. We've already had enough crazy stuff. We lost a soda pop. I lost a soda pop. Come on now.
We got this. All right, let's see. I need to hear something right now. The guy's about to fight Mike Tyson I want to hear it. Let's go. Little Mac versus Mike Tyson.
All right. You guys sound great. All right. Super serious time.
Like when we got to the end of Nintendo. Oh, there we go. We got to the end of Nintendo.
Hello.
See how loud that gets?
I missed
Hello.
something. I think we're still
Did
good.
you hear how loud that
Yes.
gets? Because the audio is being piped in.
Right.
Like
So
right
we're
over.
just going to wait until...
Hello.
Yep, we're good. So he'll pull the audio from them in a second.
All right, everyone,
All right, cool.
smile at Stephanie.
Start waving to her. Be like,
Hey.
No, do the princess way.
all right, guys. That was pretty incredible with the Mike Tyson's Punch Out. They were doing that blindfolded.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
wild. Some people
Yeah, it's
can't even
insane.
beat it without the blindfold.
Crazy stuff.
What are you saying? Are you saying I can't beat it? All right. Anyways, guys, welcome back here to Columbus. No, Cleveland. We're going to be in Columbus. I don't know.
Soon.
We're all
Yes.
over the place.
One of those places.
One of those places. We are here live at the Cleveland Gaming Classic. I'm here with the crew from Game Jump. I need my water. Can you give me my water, please?
I probably should have brought my drink over too.
That'll be $5.
Thank you. This has been a long day. Now, I want to do this right.
Yes.
I'm here with the guys from Game Junction. We've been doing a lot together, different collabs. So I wanted to have them come on here, and you guys have been busy running the floor. If you guys don't know Game Junction, go check them out, youtube.com, Game Junction, and, well, Game Junction broadcast. I mean, you have, why don't you tell, because you have the Junction, you have the music stuff. What do you put it out?
Sure. So we've got the main channel right now, which is youtube.com/@GameJunctionMedia.
Okay.
Which is just Game Junction, and that's where we have all our stuff primarily. We just recently started our network channel where we have another podcast that's oriented at all of pop culture, non-gaming, trying to reach that sort of audience because that was kind of always the thing that we wanted to do, gaming and pop culture. So that podcast only has 6 episodes so far.
Okay.
So there's nothing over there yet except that. There will be soon. But the Game Junction YouTube has most of the long-form content. We do stream to other platforms as well for our live streams, but you can find us on all social media.
Awesome. Yep. Awesome. Now, Thomas, you're also your own channel / brand, or what do you have? I mean, I know you collaborate with Game Junction.
Yeah, I basically started by myself. I
Okay.
had like an Instagram page, and as soon as I started on YouTube, Brandon was kind of the person I reached out to kind of ask questions. He kind of helped me to basically learn how to do editing from the very beginning to now.
Okay.
And I just kind of did everything under Game Junction to the point where I just did everything under Game Junction.
Okay. So you're doing that more and more. And then obviously, we talked to you earlier, but we got Gamer Aimer back with us. You're also doing collabs and stuff with Game Junction. So
Howdy.
you guys have been hauling around the floor. Like as I'm doing my panels, I
She's
see
buying
people-
the whole convention.
Yeah, you know what?
Everything.
She
Sorry.
told me earlier. Did you sell that stuff that you put out?
I did, yeah. No, hey, listen, I have a reason for it, and I think it's a good reason, but it's got a good home. And she told me she'd sell it for half of what I sold it to her for later on if I wanted it.
Yeah, I'm just giving stuff away for free.
She's
at this
like
point.
basically holding it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
you
like
sold
a
it to
storage.
Brandy?
What is it?
I'm a storage unit.
Yeah, she's got a storage unit. 7 storage units.
That's
don't,
awesome.
Don't be
Oh,
that guy.
only in my house though. It's literally every room. Bathrooms, closets, bedrooms. I'm taking over the whole house.
You need to talk to my wife. I was allowed to do it to one bathroom in the basement where I have a Sega on the wall
Very cool.
Okay.
with wireless controllers that you can sit on the commode and play Sega with a TV.
And what do?
I don't do it.
You
It's just
you yell, Sega!
Sega!
I just do it because I can. My brother-in-law came over. He was like, "Dude, you got a TV in your bathroom."
That's so cool. So cool.
So you guys have been walking around. What's the what's the biggest pickup that you had? Did you get any pickups? Because I know you're doing SNES.
Yes.
And what are you guys specifically collecting for right now?
You want to say with you? I mean, I've got mine's like kind of all over the place.
Yeah,
So.
I kind of collect a lot of retro stuff, but I'm not going for full sets. I'm just kind of going for the ones that I really liked.
Just looking for deals.
Like right now, I'm going for N64. I have one big one that I'm kind of looking for. I'm looking for Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
And I brought a couple games to trade. I brought in Godzilla for the PS4, and I brought in a Armored Core game on the PS1, but I haven't found one yet.
Okay.
For anybody to trade me.
Nice.
All right. What about you? What are you pulling in?
So I picked up a complete in box PS1 Slim battery pack that I just learned about yesterday at Stone Age Gamer, and I found it for $10, which is a crazy deal. Super grateful for that because we just found out about it, and you can make that fully portable. I have the screen, you can do everything with it. So I got that. I got a Pokemon double pack, the last one I needed for Switch.
Okay.
For $80.
Yeah.
It goes for anywhere from 140 to 160. So pretty good deal. And then did I get anything else? I don't think I got anything else. Just those.
And you bought up the whole convention. I'm not even going to ask you.
Yeah, I bought everything. Sorry, nothing is left.
So what out of all the things, because I know you got videos coming and stuff, did you find anything for your SNES collection?
Yes, I got quite a few games. Some are like, I guess they're common, but in my area they are not common at all.
See, I was going to talk about that next because people don't believe me. When I went to Erie, and I know it's not far from my area,
Regional differences.
100%. Like, my wife's like, well, all GameStops are GameStops. And I'm like, you don't understand. People trading in certain games in certain areas, you're going to have more opportunity to get games that you didn't see elsewhere. Is that what you guys are finding as well?
Absolutely.
All the time, yep.
Yep, because me and Brandon, we went out to Arizona and the other gaming convention.
Oh, yeah, Game On Expo, yep.
So we went out there and we were like, there's so much stuff here
So
that
much.
we just never see.
And then if you're into the promo stuff, like people are picking up like this Nintendo representative, like staff, different stuff that was just for that area, or you might be like close to a headquarters for a game company, so it dispersed to the local community. And like you'll only find that at like regional spots. And the same with games. Some games get pushed in other markets more than they do others. That's why they do the test market stuff.
Yeah.
So.
That's what I thought was interesting. When I was growing up with NES, I don't ever remember seeing Bonk's Revenge or Bonk's Adventure for the NES at the store. Yeah. I didn't even know that was available.
I did for TurboGrafx, but not.
Well, yeah,
NES,
for TurboGrafx, but not for NES.
Right,
Like,
right. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't.
So I think there is something to that. Sorry, I'm laughing because they say it looks like Jason walking up.
Jason
Voorhees. And he looks really good. He looks like he just crawled out of the lake.
He's the one that the kid was crying over earlier.
Wow.
Probably.
Yeah,
it looks good.
Yeah.
That's really intense. All right. So, anything else that you guys find interesting here that people online maybe are like, dang, I missed an opportunity to come here, besides tons of people? Like, it just seems like it keeps more and more people.
There's actually a good chunk of promo stuff. One other thing we both picked up, was a Vistion poster, which was a Game Boy device that was also a DVD player, portable DVD player, and this was a promotional poster for it that I've never seen before. $25 a piece.
$25.
New
old
deal.
stock.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, everything I've bought has been great deals so far. So
I think I'm learning something here. I need to walk around with you guys to find the deals.
You got to.
Yes.
That's what I think. But I can't do it tied behind a desk, unfortunately. But supposedly my buddy Wildcard Mike's holding a few things for me. We'll see. He probably sold them. We'll go to dinner tonight, and he'll be like, yeah, so you didn't stop by. I sold it. He'll be like, thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. No. What about cosplay? Since there is a lot of cosplay here, I know it's not necessarily everyone's forte here. Thomas, what's the best character you've seen so far?
So far, Jason was probably one of the most
I
realistic.
can tell you,
that
he looks
one.
legit.
He made people cry. I mean,
the Soundwave was phenomenal.
Oh, Soundwave's
that
good,
is
yeah.
crazy.
We got a picture with him earlier.
I need to get a picture.
What about you? What did you think was the best?
Remember earlier when we thought he was a Funko Pop?
Yeah. Spaceball. We thought he was a Funko Pop.
Oh,
I never seen Spaceballs.
You
never seen
God.
Spaceballs?
Whoa,
Yeah.
that is
oh,
not
wow.
friends anymore.
I didn't feel bad because she said she never seen it either.
Yeah, well, she doesn't like movies, so.
You still have to catch up on Last of Us.
You have AT&T.
Oh.
Inside joke.
Okay. Well then. So we are the outsiders here, and then we've got Macho Man Randy Savage. That's one.
That is a Mario version of.
It's a Mario version.
That is creative.
It's a new
said that.
Yeah, he's got the Tanuki tail.
That's Tanuki tail.
They are just all walking up. There's like so many, and then you got that.
Is there like
guy
a
over
contest about to happen?
I think
I'm
the
sure
contest
there
is about that.
is.
Okay.
That's right.
Because I was gonna say,
that makes sense. Now we have the whole rest of the family.
Nice.
we have everybody here,
Wow.
and it just goes to show you guys, there's nerds everywhere.
Everywhere. They're taking over the world, honestly.
And we're
They
the
are.
cool kids now.
And it's so crazy because back in the day, we got picked on and people hated us.
Yes.
I got made fun of for Pokemon, and now Pokemon is the most popular franchise in the world, over Disney.
It's expensive. Pokemon.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's the #1 franchise in the world over Disney now, which is insane.
It's incredible. Did you guys get a chance to go see New Wave Toys? Not that I'm trying to pimp them or anything.
Yeah, we talked to them.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Yes.
These guys, as you can see, my Coke machine's at home, but they generously brought this over because I had soda sitting here, and we were having a conversation. So they brought it over. So I have one chilling in there right now. So if you are curious as how well that works, go ahead and open it and see how.
Is it
cold-
better than the Xbox fridge?
Oh, it's a lot better because
I'm sure. Definitely.
she's gonna test it right now. She's gonna tell you. 'Cause I
Nice.
think it's been in there for about an hour.
I like the
think.
cigarette machine. I don't smoke, but I think
Is
it's
it cold?
phenomenal.
That's freezing.
Ahead.
Yeah, it's
That's
cold.
That's only been in there for about an hour.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Been in
legit.
there about an
That's
hour.
like
I would
good
love to
enough.
get one of those.
The Xbox fridge will not even touch that.
That's terrible.
And I have the Xbox fridge. I got it.
We talked about it. I don't know if you remember that. We were.
I got it for $50. I was like, I'm not gonna pass it up. But that,
Sure.
that,
Yeah, that's really cool. I love their products.
Yeah,
I'm
really cool.
notoriously not really into arcade one-up or any of that stuff, but I love their stuff. And if you don't have a lot of space and you want to play some arcade games, that's the way to go.
well, that's what we were just discussing. Yeah, it was like with Eduardo when he was over here. He's like, I got a small house. He says,
Yeah.
Where am I gonna put it? So I've always been fascinated with those guys.
And
but
they do a good
But
job.
the rumor is they're coming out with a full size.
Yes.
With Glenn's Retro Show stuff, arcade accurate. Now, I know you collect a lot of real arcades, but wouldn't it be nice to have one of those IPs on a cabinet that you can move yourself?
I'd
love
try
that.
it. I'd try it.
Try
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Also, big shout out to Glenn. He is a awesome dude.
Oh, he's
Phenomenal.
100%.
Man, he was great. Finally got to meet today, and very
Yep.
kind. Gave us some sort of arcade stick that you build. So
Oh,
I got to
nice.
look into that.
The Akari Warriors.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Akari Warriors. Yep.
Yep. So it's. Sorry about that.
That's
They're
okay.
really loud behind us, guys.
I
Let's
guess
see if
he
the
just
chat room-
beat the game.
It's
Did he
your
beat the
fans
game?
cheering you on.
Yes, we have a live studio audience here, guys. Calm down. Calm down.
Calm down, everybody. It's okay. I'll be here
okay.
again Tuesday.
We'll be here all weekend.
We have Sonic's in front of us too. as
I
well.
love the combinations of like franchises people are cosplaying as. Is it like a thing?
Yeah, I know.
It's like mashups, Power Rangers and Sonic.
So Headshake TV says, I love Gamer Aimers, or he says, Gamer Aimers t-shirt is rad.
Oh, thank you.
Those turtles.
my shirt.
You got the Xbox. Thomas is rocking the Game Junction.
I don't know if you can see.
Probably not. I don't even think I can see much.
So Mike says in the chat, I could beat Tyson blindfolded.
Nice. Yeah, that's a challenge for sure. I could.
You should be here, Mike.
Yes, you should,
You
Mike.
should be here. This is a good time. This is my instant monitor, so I know what camera we're on and what we're looking at. So
Nice.
Absolutely.
we know what's going on. But out of all this stuff, like they're gonna have, like they're doing a cosplay thing that's gonna be coming up here in a few minutes. My wife has already told me that I need to take a break at some point because I've been going nonstop.
Yeah, I haven't ate today. I've just been running around.
It's been one of those. But it's been a good day.
Yes,
it's
it's been a great day.
It's been a great day. A lot of people I've met from
A
online.
great turnout.
I'll say, just one of the best things about coming out to these shows in different areas is the people. Is
Yes.
meeting the people you haven't got to meet. Brand new people you haven't seen in person. There's so many people came up to us and they enjoy the content and I've been looking forward to being able to meet you guys, and we're very appreciative of stuff like that. It makes you feel good, and it makes it worth it just to meet all these great people, and you network with other creators. We get to do stuff like this. It's a great time. I love that. That's my favorite part. If I couldn't buy, I'd be okay with just that.
I gotta buy. I brought money. I'm buying something.
Same.
Somewhere or the other, I'm buying something. So that's 100%. That's gonna happen. So yeah, when you mentioned that, I have a shirt here. If you guys didn't sign it, there's a bag in between it to keep it from bleeding through. But anybody that's content creator or even viewers of the show, they've come and they've signed the shirt. Nice. I want to frame it. And like I said before, Retro Rivals did this, and I thought it was a great. I didn't like the whole signing Scott's head thing.
Yeah, we could shave your head.
No,
and
we're
then
not
we could
doing
all
that.
Sign
No. I got nice hair. We're gonna keep it that way. We're not signing no heads. We can sign his head.
Let us know now if you'd like us to shave his head.
No.
If we get 1 million likes.
No, we're not doing that.
1 million likes.
Right now.
I'm gonna laugh because somebody's coming over here. I'm not gonna tell you who it is.
Do you have any other shirts that I can rock or buy from
I
you?
don't have. That's the only shirt I brought besides the one I'm wearing. So I did the montage to Captain N, but I put my logo on the shirt.
Nice.
Because he wore the yellow thing. So I was having a little bit
Very
of fun.
cool.
So before we invite the other guest over here, because he just likes to show up here.
Yeah, he shows up places.
We'll start with you. Go ahead and promote where you're at. Again, people don't. If you weren't here the first time, because YouTube decided to throw us off, because if you don't promote it, he will. he will. And guys in the chat room, when you see who joined, he will. He is the biggest self-promoter, abuser of brands. No, not me. Him.
He's just dancing away.
He's probably gonna walk away now because. Oh wait, no, he's coming around.
Here
he goes. There he goes. I know it. Go ahead. Come in next to Gamer Aimer. All right, he's coming. See?
No, I can't turn anything down. You know that, right?
I told you. You're gonna have to move it. Actually, why don't you come down this side so it balances it better for our camera guy. I'm doing it for you. Cody's switching around. He's coming to one.
Yeah, perfect. Now you're in the shot.
Yeah. Almost took my booth down. It's okay, Glenn. It's okay. This is perfect.
Bull in a china shop.
Scoot that over.
The Coke machine's the Coke machine's in his way. I think it's got to go toward. I'll adjust that.
Because it has a thing under it. Yeah.
Just gonna throw it on the ground.
I love causing troubles for Steven. Steven knows that.
Well, I put it next to you because I know you love Coke.
I love Coke.
And there's a cold drink in there.
Is that
so? There it is. Feel it. That's
You don't
so.
like it.
So we were just talking with these guys here. Did you get a chance to get away from the booth?
This is my chance.
He took it. Yeah.
This is my chance. My friend is
Tim.
He's guarding the booth for me. But I'm actually surprised how much traffic is. I have these guys over here. I'm fanning a little bit because I watch this stuff so much, and it's a little surreal when you meet people.
He's losing his voice already, guys.
My voice is shy. I'm Italian, but
Have you been drinking anything? You've got to stay hydrated.
It's Mountain Dew and Coca-Cola count.
No, sugar. Worst thing you could be drinking when you're talking.
We have a Coke.
But you know what?
Yeah, I know.
Promoting Coke
Steven,
right in front of you.
I got to tell you, there's a reason for my madness. I have not had to make one trip to the men's room, and those lines are insane.
Yeah.
Are they really?
Crazy.
Yeah.
You do know there's more than one bathroom in here, right?
There is?
There's two here, and there's some down there.
Are they New Wave Toys
I
bathrooms?
see.
There's some down there.
Dang, I need one of those New Wave.
I thought those were the 1/6 scale bathrooms.
Yeah, I need one of those.
The ones. Oh my goodness. So you've been fanboying over.
I am. I watch their stuff. I watch all their stuff, and when you meet people, again, I'm just a guy.
That's all we are.
Just a guy.
Hey, we're just people too.
No, you're not. I'm fanning. So, when you come around here to the show, it's really impressive. How many people are here? I think they said there was about 15,000 people here today.
Jeez.
And I've gone to Long Island Gaming Expo and the Hartford Gaming Expo, but and everyone's really friendly. Yeah. I'm out of New York, so everyone here's really friendly. Yeah. It's not like New York out of my way type of thing.
So it's different than New York. They're not friendly?
No, I'm just teasing. New York is very friendly. But
you're not near the city, though.
No, I'm teasing. I'm teasing New Yorkers. Do not beat the hell out of me.
They're coming for us now.
Don't do that.
Glenn, where are you really from?
I am from New York. Born and
Oh,
raised,
you are? Okay.
Born and raised in New York.
Will you be at Retro Game Con?
I'm going to try and make it. My
Cool,
problem is
cool.
I'm actually into healthcare. My real job is in healthcare, and my hours, get a little nutsy.
I got you. So he's a doctor.
But
no, he's IT.
I'm IT.
Okay.
But Soundwave, all the people in the cosplay is pretty impressive. I talked to all my friends, all the Mortal Kombat, Daniel Casina, and everyone over there. They're here today. Boom Shakalaka.
We had a good panel with Mortal
Shakalaka.
Kombat.
Yes.
We had them over here.
And I want to tell people that didn't know. New Wave Toys does have some things here that once they're gone, they're gone. They got some of their stuff here. So I know Michael B picked up a Qbert. But it's just amazing here. I'm seeing you guys having a good time as well.
Yes, absolutely. We're having a blast.
It's been fun.
We're all having a blast, and one of the things that Cleveland, remember earlier when you came on, I was like, I have to go live in between stuff and everything.
Yep, that's right.
Well, we started getting asked by the celebrities coming to Corey going, we want to get on that. I don't know what it is, but we want to get on that. And I'm like, you guys booked me. What do you want me to do? And he's like, do your thing, and we'll go from there, because he's like, honestly, he was like, there's not enough time. We have to do it.
Yeah.
So.
We just got to extend the hours tonight, that's all.
Right. Oh,
24
yeah.
hours.
I wish they were going a little later.
After party,
Give a little
let's
more
go.
time for it.
Yeah, they closed the booths, unfortunately. We got tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yes.
Content creation is going to be awesome for tomorrow, because 90% of these people won't be here.
Right.
It'll probably be the hardcore people that'll be here tomorrow.
Right. Yep.
Her,
Yeah.
but she bought everything. So.
And making deals and stuff too. I know if I still have money left, I might.
I got money too. I got cash. I brought cash.
All right.
I'm
hand
buying
it over.
some.
Trying to spend it.
That's
no one
awesome.
wants my
I got
money.
NES stuff.
I've heard Glenn's Retro Show make some really good products.
I
at very
heard-
inexpensive prices.
Wait a second. I heard in exactly 50 minutes, Glenn's Retro Show, along with New Wave Toys, is coming over with Shiloh.
Yes.
And they're going to announce the full scale, full size.
What?
See,
I don't know
I'm
about.
trying to get them to crack.
I don't
See
know
this?
about that. However, at 4 o'clock today, yes, Shiloh and New Wave Toys and I will be making an announcement.
That's
but I
awesome.
don't know if that's what it is. It might just be that they think I'm
Full
good on
scale
camera.
toilets.
Okay.
Full scale toilets.
You can keep playing coy. That's all right. It's all good. So just so everybody knows, everybody thinks that Glenn tells me everything. He doesn't tell me everything.
I do.
Sometimes I think he should tell me
I
everything.
do.
But either way, it's so you haven't walked around. These guys have looped this place.
I did my walk around yesterday, but everything wasn't set up when I was here yesterday. I got only as far again as the front. I haven't seen any of the stuff in the back, and I know the stuff I want to buy.
Yeah.
I've seen some stuff back there, but I haven't gone back there
So
yet.
I got a question for the Game Junction guys. Unfortunately, they put you right next to Glenn's Retro Show. How has that been?
It's been good. No,
Are you
he's
just
been
saying that
good.
because he's sitting right there?
Yeah.
He's
No,
very
he's been great.
He's very neighborly.
Yeah, he's been great. Very impersonable.
You get to play the games while you're there? You get to play it?
Oh yeah, we played. I got to play a little bit. Yep. It's a really cool
See,
setup.
Steven,
I love the
I can
setup.
be friendly to other people.
I told him if he didn't get the traffic, I said we'll set you right up over there, and we could put the stuff.
I have to be honest. The traffic's been, again, I'm lost my voice. I've had a lot of traffic coming
That's
down.
good. That's
the
really good.
pipeline.
That's good. So you guys have had a lot of people like going through.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was worried
I've had
for
to
him
restock the freebies and stuff. So.
because he's selling stuff. I was worried for him.
No, I'm not selling stuff. I am
I thought you
showing
were.
stuff.
I thought you were actually
I
taking.
am, nope, I'm only displaying stuff for people to try
You're
out.
not taking pre-orders?
Nope.
Why?
Because I'm not about that. I'm about people trying it out and getting feedback and finding if they like it and improve and go for it. I'm not here to actually, I don't want to sell my product.
Yes,
I'm not about, well, I'm about it if someone's interested. I want them to try it and say, okay, do it in their own time. I'm not a pressure person. If they're here, I got to buy it. I don't want it to be that. I want them to enjoy themselves.
Okay.
And then go from there. It's only you I pressure.
Speaking of which, there's this box that magically appeared on it with Glenn's sticker. I was told I can't open this, till 4 o'clock?
No, you could open that whenever you want. 4 o'clock is completely different.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, that's here.
Back down it goes.
Soliciting. Well, yeah.
What are we soliciting?
I don't know. He's soliciting. I actually have to do a interview with him too to talk about whatever's in that box that I have no idea what's in that box.
Hey, you signed the contract.
Do a live unboxing.
What's in the box?
You signed the contract. You got to go with the rest of it.
Actually, Mike Worley, we weren't able to get him. He was here earlier. I don't know where he's at now, but let's let the cat out of the bag about the new show that's starting in October.
You want to do that now?
Let's do that. You know what? I'll give you the honors. We'll put the camera on you.
No. I'm losing my voice. You do it. I will smile.
Are you sure you don't want to do it? Oh, you'll smile.
No.
Okay.
And again, read the contract, Steven.
Oh, that's right. I have to do your dirty work for you. I forgot about that. So coming in October, you guys all know we were talking about starting the show Console Wars TV. What you don't know is that the band is back together. Glenn and Doug, Mr. Cooltoy, and Mike Worley, the four of us are going to be doing that show and bringing on collaborators to defend your position, as to why or why not you don't like the Atari or the Vectrex or
Clico. Don't hate on the Vectrex.
No, not the Vectrex.
See, you just said the bad word, Steven.
The
You got
ColecoVision.
4 people now ready to beat you down.
We gotta leave.
Yeah, you can't talk bad on the Vectrex.
We love the Vectrex.
I didn't say it was bad. I'm just saying people will sit there and say, well, like
No
Doug,
one
You
says
and
the
I,
Vectrex is bad.
you and I say TurboGrafx. We like that. Doug is all Sega. He hates Well, he doesn't hate it, but
we
he's
just
not
have a difference of opinion of which one's superior. We all know it's a TurboGrafx.
His opinion is
16.
wrong.
But that's the big announcement that we have. So you guys definitely want to mark your calendars for that. We're gonna have some fun with that show. We've always had fun together.
We did.
And Doug, getting Doug out of retirement. That's
not easy. I don't know how you did it.
Listen, it's in his contract. Negotiated for 9 months.
In my contract was only I have a contract. That was part of the contract.
Do you see what he did? Look, he felt slighted, but he's not selling his product. Look what it says, sponsored by. Do you see what he did? Right there. That's what he did.
That's funny.
So Matt Astra tried to one-up you, and you see what he did.
First of all, never use one
yeah.
up. Anything one up in my presence, Steven.
I thought about it after I said it.
There is no mention of one up in my presence.
Okay. Not that kind of one up. He tried to up everybody.
You can say upscale.
Upscale?
Yeah. 720 to 10.
Upscale's not too good.
Yeah.
No, we don't want upscale.
No.
I'm just saying. Okay. Anyways, I digress. Anything else that you guys are going to look for here that you haven't found? You said there's some things that you wanted to buy.
And I don't want to say because someone will buy it.
That's a smart man.
Yeah, that is smart.
That's kind of smart.
I will say that there's some really good deals here. There's some
Yes.
really good deals
Yeah,
here.
some of the best I've
and
seen.
some of them, I'm biting my tongue telling them, how are you selling it for that price? Because it shouldn't be.
It's wild.
But
everything I bought has been like way lower than
Yes,
going rate.
thank you. And my eyes on the 2 things that I feel like Steven goes to his friend who's selling here today. And he goes, oh, I bought this friggin', I bought a Entex Adventure Vision. That's normally worth $16,000. I got it for $5. And I'm like, what?
I'm trying to find that kind of deal.
Yeah, where are those deals? Let's go get
Bring
those.
them to me.
Listen, just because I got GameCube games, 5 of them for $200 cash, and they're worth over $600, does not mean anything.
You got a Sega Game Gear and Atari Lynx and box.
And a Nomad.
Today?
Don't forget the Nomad.
No.
You got all that today?
No.
Oh.
I got the Nomad before.
Oh yeah.
And then I got it really cheap. And then I took it down to Andy down to Stone Age Gamer, and I was like, hey, can you put an LCD and recap this? He goes, I'll do you one better. I have a brand new one in the back that I just did. I'll just swap yours and refurbish
Dang,
the
you
other
didn't
one.
do it yourself?
And I was like, gone.
Yeah.
He goes, how do you do that?
Yep, it's quite annoying, actually.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Okay. Anyways.
But wait, before, how is Game Junction finding everything here today? How are you guys
Good.
finding it?
Good, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of deals. What about you, besides buying the whole thing?
They keep saying I bought the entire convention.
Well, listen,
I may or may not have
Korgs, you were the first buyer of the whole convention.
Hey, I bought a whole
She
table.
had never even been before.
the whole table. I just
Essentially.
bought
And
I'm going to set the stage.
How are you getting it home is the question.
These guys are all carrying something in their hand. I'm setting up for Korgs 10 minutes after the doors open for exhibitors to start setting up, right? Am I right?
Yeah,
I'm telling the
true.
truth.
Yeah.
She's walking
I'm
out
kind
with
of ashamed.
Sandy. She's got all this other stuff, and she's walking out. She's like, "Look."
People are carrying stuff for me.
Yep.
They brought it from the table. It came out of the box, past the table, to my car, and that's how it went.
And that's what she did.
Yeah.
Doors were open for Game Junction pretty early at Quarks. It was pretty awesome.
It was open.
Yeah, for Game Junction, it was open way earlier for everybody else. Trust me.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then they like we're all in there setting up, and I'm walking you guys out. And that was when I first met you.
Yep.
And it's like, where are you going? You're like, she bought the joint.
Yeah.
We gotta take this stuff out. I'm like,
oops.
Like, you gotta be kidding me.
Well, now I got to check my table to make sure the stuff I was looking for is actually there.
And then she went
I
and
would have bought it.
Yeah, and we're gonna take a break and watch. You guys can watch the cosplay because we're gonna be back at. I want to say, what time's P-Dubs and all them coming
I thought
up?
it was 3:45. Was that at 3:45?
I have a feeling they probably will skip it because they don't pay attention.
Well,
so
then
that's fine.
we can do our talk because I have to have Shiloh at 4 o'clock.
So we'll do ours to let me see here. 2:45 is when you were supposed to come over and everybody else. So they snooze, they lose. So, well, it was great talking with you guys.
Absolutely.
And if you guys are still here tomorrow, we'll pop back in and we'll have some more roundtable. But guys, we're going to take you to the cosplay that's happening right behind us for a little bit while we get some things switched around here.
Got to discuss our contract.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Renewed it. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Game Junction, check them out for all kinds of content, new and retro. So
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. Well, don't smash it and break your computer. But
Yeah, don't do
well,
that.
smash the button.
You
I'll
can
sell
just
a new one.
lightly tap the.
I'll sell a new one.
All right, Cody, send us over to the costume party while we get switched over.
Hello, Cleveland Gaming Classic. This is Bill of Bill's Retro Gaming Show. I'm also one of the co-hosts on a little show called Game Time, along with Stephen Haywood, aka the Tech Buzz, and Mike of All Trades, aka Moat, aka the Back Alley 7-Eleven. Looks like you guys are having a fantastic time this weekend. Man, I wish I could be with you, but I just wanted to pop in and say hi. Hope you guys are all having a great time. Looks like a lot of fun. And don't forget to come check out my channel along with Stephen Haywood, the Tech Buzz, and Mike of All Trades. And be sure you catch us Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern for Game Time. Remember, any time is a great time to Game Time. Enjoy your weekend.
Fire Emblem, Hunter x Hunter, Yu-Gi-Oh, and more, her filmography is nearly endless and countless. But being the original voice of Bulbasaur, she can be considered #1. Welcome to the stage, Tara Sands.
Thank you, everyone, for joining me, and thanks for indulging me in those introductions. I had just a little bit too much fun writing them, I think. Well, let's get into it. You know, I want to start first with a question to the entire panel here. When you book a voice acting job, how much do you truly know about the video games that you're about to perform for? Do you have like much context underneath? Is there some kind of rap sheet? I see some shocked faces around the space here.
Well, is this on? Yeah. It depends when we recorded this. If it was 25 years ago, there was not Google. So we couldn't Google the game and find out stuff about it. Today, we can access a lot more information. Not necessarily details, but maybe there's a trailer we can watch, or maybe we can see some artwork. But 25 years ago, we knew nothing about what we were getting into.
So is that a similar experience for you as well, Jeff?
No, not entirely, because when we were doing Halo...
The voice of God lost his voice.
I don't need a mic. Are you kidding?
Unbelievable.
When we were doing Halo, nobody knew what it was because there was nothing at all. And even once I started doing it, I generally didn't know what I was saying at all because nobody bothered to explain it to me.
So I can recall when I had a line about zombie killing spree, I went, wait, are there zombies in this game? And they were like, yeah, but they wouldn't tell me anything more. I've always been kept in the dark.
I guess sometimes, Michael, when it comes to just being introduced to something, we don't always have the expectation aligned with what's actually happening. When you were going to the anime for the first time, did you have a sense of the world in front of you?
Not at all. I mean, when I was hired to do the Pokemon TV series, we knew that there were 151 Pokemon, and from the first episode that we all saw, I knew that Pikachu was going to be in all the episodes. But we figured, well, there are 150 or 51 Pokemon, 52 episodes. There'll probably be 3 Pokemon per episode, and that's what'll be it. They'll be on that episode, and then it'll be off. But so that's why I just jumped in. I wasn't an actor before that, and many people would say I wasn't an actor after that either. But I just jumped in, and we have 15 minutes left. I'll go in and say, Jar Jar Jar, you know, whatever it was. And so then, Charmander's in the next episode, and he's in the movie, and he's in the TV, he's in the commercials and in the games. And so then at a certain point, as far as bringing it back to gaming, I think that they would come in, you know, this was several months later, or maybe even longer, and they would say, okay, we need a happy Charmander, we need a 2-second Charmander, we need a big attack Charmander, and they'd come in with a list. And so that's my memory of what that was. But in Pokemon, we already knew what the characters were and what their, you know, sounds were, and so it may be a little bit different from your experience.
Just as a quick follow-up, when you get all those emotions, and maybe, Terry, you can speak to this as well, do you just record a bunch of them at once, or does it come into individual episodes, like angry Charmander because his rice bun was stolen? Like, is that kind of in the world?
Yeah, don't steal the rice buns.
No rice bun stealing.
That's a whole thing with the rice balls. I won't get into that. People who are Pokemon fans know about that. But yeah, we would just... Yeah, Tara, what you...
It was per episode because the mouth flap was always different. So we couldn't just have a bank of them. Sometimes if they were in the background, but we would literally be counting mouth flaps. So it was like, okay, there's 8 flaps, so it would be Bulbasaur, Bulbasaur. Like, you know, we would count them and, you know.
In kindergarten, when you learn about syllables, it really paid off.
Well, yeah, and a lot of times the Japanese name was a different amount of syllables than the American name. So that's why sometimes I'm just saying, Sar. Or yeah, it's a silly job. I know. I don't.
I mean, I've got a silly job. I'm wearing a coat in front of a lot of neon lights. We all do silly things, but I'll tell you who someone's rice ball who I would not steal would be Charles Barkley. So I would love to know, you know, NBA Jam has such a pedigree. Where did the origin for you and that game come from? Did you know the campness of it, the absurdity of where it would go?
I'm sorry, was that addressed to me?
Yes.
It was what I did my whole life in the backyard, calling my own basketball game. Had to hit 3 shots before I go in for dinner. Had to be a swish, had to be a game-winning shot. Kitzrow for 3, let the buzzer, you know. So when I went into that, I was doing pinball game voices. Popeye, Judge Dredd, Whodunit, Mr. Howell, Gilligan, maybe we could bribe Kona. That's how I got my start in the business. So those were the cartoon character voices. So when NBA Jam came along, they said, we've got this basketball game. I go, great, you know. That was just me just doing my thing. I literally probably went in there, read it, and that was it.
It sounds like it was almost fated in the way that it all set itself up. Now, when I was looking at some of the biographies of all of you, I really wanted to know, Michael, going into it, when I saw that you had, in the original journey that you had, you were the director of the original season, correct?
Right. I was originally hired to do the adaptations, to adapt the scripts from Japanese to English, and then direct the voice actors. And as I said, then, you know, as we had these little creatures, I thought, you know, just be one off. And so if we had 10 minutes, an actor who was doing the human voices or even some of the other Pokemon voices, if we had 10 minutes left, I'd do 10 Charmanders, and that's how that was. But the hard part of the job was adapting the scripts. Had nothing to do with the voicing. Yeah.
Just out of pure curiosity, did you ever have to direct yourself? Or
Yeah, I mean, almost invariably at one of these things, people say, "Well, I'd like to be a voice actor. What's your advice?" And invariably, my advice is become the director and then hire yourself. You don't have to go through the painful auditions and rejections. And that's kind of what I did, but it wasn't intentional. Just a pure luck and the happenstance that we found ourselves in.
Tara, I don't know about you, but as a working actor myself, I wish I was in that position of not having that.
Yeah, and he was my boss, so I can't say that, but yes, exactly.
Wait, so I guess that I didn't put that together, but at some point he was your boss in that journey.
I wouldn't say boss, but I was the director.
The director.
The director.
But that's exactly what happened. I was there recording the role of Melanie, some random character, and at the end of our session there was time left, and he said, "Hey, there's this little green guy. Can you try to do this voice?" So the role that became the one I'm still talking about 25 years later was just like a throwaway, like, "Hey, just do this while you're here." So it's weird how stuff works out.
It really is. I'm still waiting for a few of my random YouTube videos to pop off, but maybe someday, who knows? Jeff, you know, your work played a pivotal role, and I don't think I use that word lightly, in shaping one of Microsoft's greatest IPs of Halo. And the multiplayer madness, I mean, I don't know if anyone else out there, but many Mountain Dew-fueled evenings in the quad were directly responsible by some of the great work that you did. What do you think
I'm sorry.
Mountain Dew, the poor man's meth.
But, you know, what do you think the legacy of the game is, and your work on it, being the multiplayer element of the game, how does that make you feel? What perspective does that give you?
Well, I've been saying this to some of the folks who've come to the table today, but for the longest time, I didn't know the game had fans. I mean, I didn't know that because I was called, I would go in, I'd record, I'd walk away blithely going, la, 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 la. You know, I got my check, I was happy. And then I think when the second one came out, I noticed that there were a lot of big name people like Keith David suddenly in the game. And on the day that it was released, they made $175 million in this country alone. And I thought, whoa, am I underpaid? But
yeah, earlier you said you walked away happy with your paycheck. I'm like, you're one of the rarities in this business.
Oh, I just say that for a fact. But it was, so I haven't, you know, I didn't meet my fans for the longest time. And when I started to meet people who were fans of the game, I was nonplussed to a certain extent. I've had some of the most amazing experiences. I've had people who literally would stand in front of me and shake. Couldn't talk. They would just like shake. And it's like, you know, I don't think of myself as somebody who, you know, would have that effect on anybody. Other people have told me amazing stories. I was down in Phoenix about a month ago, and there was a young man who said that he had been abused as a child, and that playing Halo and listening to my voice was all that kept him going. And, you know, you think, damn, that's kind of extraordinary. As far as like a long-term legacy, I don't know what that would possibly be, really. I've never thought about it in those terms. You know, it really was a case, I think, for everybody involved. When we went into it, it was just a one-off. Nobody expected it to do well. Marty has famously said, you know, at the time they thought if they could sell 60,000 games, they'd be doing well. Well, they did very well indeed. So we just didn't know.
And if I may speak maybe for some people in the audience here, I think the work that you did, the legacy, is truly bringing people together, of having everyone come in the same room and enjoy an experience. And I don't know if anyone else agrees with me out there, but I think that's a really key function of what you did with that work. And Tim, I saw that you were also agreeing that the moment of seeing that there's fans out there that connect with, you know, the iconic line of boom shakalaka.
The game is 30 years old. Happy birthday, NBA Jam on Fire Edition. But, you know, when we did games back then, it was just $50 an hour extra money out the door. Me happy with that money until I found out they made $1 billion in the first year. but then it's kind of gone, you know. The arcade business kind of died, and I went, oh, that was fun, and that game will probably like show up in a bar, and like 2 years later will be replaced by another game, because that's what happens in the arcade business. There's thousands of arcade games out there, and why would I ever think this one would last 30 years? So just a few years ago, I started doing these game conventions, had no idea, like you, that there were fans that really cared, and the stories that I've heard have been amazing. To be associated with something that's not just as a sports game or something, it was a place in people's hearts when they were younger, and I've gotten stories. One guy, his stepdad was an abusive father, verbally, physically. He'd stay in his bedroom, and his safety place was NBA Jam, and he said how he was torn down by his stepfather, but my voice of, he's heating up, he's on fire, boom shakalaka, it resonated in him. He became a Marine, and I met him. His name is Angel, and I said, time winding down, Angel from the Ark, nothing but mana from heaven, the Archangel strikes again. And he burst out, started crying. A big grown man, Marine, he's like, that's my life, thank you.
I agree. That it just goes to show that the things that we do have such a, I was feeling it too, I truly was. You know, I want to change gears, because I do a little voice acting work as well, and I know that when I get into a voice acting room, it can feel like surreal, almost isolated. It's covered with different materials and, yeah, the foam fabric. And I'm wondering, because when I walk into that space, I feel like I'm in this liminal area. How do you, like, what are your methods to getting into character when you're in this space that feels almost alien? Tara, do you have any insight on that?
A little. I always love when I put the headphones on. Like, I feel like I switch gears a little. This is my costume. And I'm like, okay, and the truth is, with dubbing, it's very different, because we're seeing the artwork on the TV. So we have a little bit of a leg up in that way, that we're not having to imagine what this is going to look like. But for new animation, we don't have that luxury. And you really just have to, in a lot of ways, trust your director, because I'm not getting a script ahead of time for a lot of my work, whether it be cartoons or video games. For video games too, they have, they don't want us to even know what game we're working on a lot, because so we get code names. So we really have absolutely no idea. So we're for me at least, I'm very dependent on a director to guide me character-wise.
Speaking of director, Michael, it seems that this lack of like rudderlessness is both almost freeing, but also feels a little bit scary to go into a space that you're not sure about. How do you? What are your methods to help direct those people when it's like infinite possibilities, but need to hone it into something so beautiful and specific?
You know, I think it's just a question of having an immense talent. No, I mean, definitely not. And Tara will attest to that. But ours is a different thing. We had the Japanese show, and so we could see the characters, we could hear what the characters were trying to convey, and for the human characters, we had the script. So you're just trying to match that or enhance that in some way. And it was in our case, it was kind of a grind, because you had to. Our shows were being broadcast, so we had a broadcast schedule to meet. You had to match flaps. You couldn't really play around, match the mouth movements. So I don't know. There wasn't a lot of. I guess I'm always in a liminal space, maybe, but you just had to do it. We had deadlines, and we had Eric Stewart's coming in at 2:00. We got to get done with Charmander. So. I don't know. We just did it, I guess. I don't know.
Boy, between the code names and the timing, it feels like this work has very much an element of like objectivity and get things going. Does that seem about right for the two of you?
Yeah, I think so, because having been an actor for almost 50 years, there's an awful lot of acting that I'm pretty comfortable doing. I'm used to being in front of people and just throwing stuff out and being ridiculous sometime and being not what they're looking for. But I also think there's an awful lot of real technical facility you've got to have to do this kind of work, because you're going to be asked to speed things up and slow, mostly with me, speed things up, slow things down. You're going to have all that kind of, and you're going to be given different lines. I mean, I don't know about all of, again, I think it might be different with the two of you doing the stuff, but
you know, with the game, they would give me all these things. Then we'd go into alternates, which were things that might get used but might not. So, you know, you had to sort of just roll with the punches and go, okay. And I never had any, I have too much fun in the room to worry about it. Most of the engineers, in my experience, the writers, they're very positive. That you're there because they think you can do the job, which is, speaking of directing, you know, it's one of the best things a director can do is make you feel you're the only person who can do this. And when they do, it's like, okay, you are.
It almost feels like a redundant question to ask you, Tim, but the element of fun, how does that play for you when it comes into your voice acting methodology?
Well, the fun factor is, and I wanted to put this to all you guys. Growing up, the Saturday morning cartoons with a bowl of Apple Jacks or something, that was living, man. And I went to school to be a classically trained actor, did my Shakespeare and Chekhov and all that stuff, but always drawn to the cartoons. And when you know that somehow you're going to wind up in this business, when you were younger, I'm going to ask you guys, did you have a character that just for no reason you just started imitating someone? So one of my guys was, Butch doesn't know I let him have it. He's so unselfish, droopy. And then underdog, you got diamond bars in a dirt, that underdog must die. And then I realized that was Lionel Barrymore from A Christmas Carol. Perhaps you're just a block of mustard, and another just a bit of beef. My head in my gravy and more than grave. But if you love the voice playing, there's something in Fractured Fairy Tales was my favorite, along with Looney Tunes. So very quickly, sorry to interrupt, but I have to hear this.
No, please.
Like favorite cartoon and/or a voice that you early did for yourself, your own enjoyment.
No, well, I wouldn't go that far, but the guy that I love, I always loved Popeye, but I wouldn't do you know, but you're a Popeye, but yeah, those cartoons and those shows, and you know, the thing is, when we were doing our show, I always tried to keep in mind that what you were saying before, that you know, our show came when there were a lot of latchkey kids, and there were a lot of kids that were watching the show, and we knew after a short time they were running home to see it. Sometimes they say it twice, and this was their thing to do. So I always tried to be aware. You know, sometimes I say, let's do one more. I wanted to do the best because I wanted to keep that one kid in mind, that this was the highlight of this kid's day. I'm not overstating I'm not saying because of me, but because of that show and because of that phenomenon that Pokemon was and kind of still is. So I always tried to keep in mind for that kid, and just one kid, not like, oh, millions of kids are seeing that. And exactly, not to monopolize, but what you were saying, we get those stories all the time. You made my childhood. They cry, you know, it's so edifying after all this time, and particularly because we were always in a dark room with no windows. And after 25 years to see this is fantastic. So anybody, just one more thing, we charge for the autographs, but come up and say hello, and I'd love to talk to you, and it's just lovely to meet all of you people, and really, I feel so lucky to be here, and to be involved with Pokemon. I'm sure you guys feel the same way, right? I mean, it's just so unbelievable, unbelievable.
Yeah, and I would love to continue with this, Tim. Tara, is there a character's voice or moment from your youth that, like, oh, this is what kind of was the preface of it all?
I used to repeat commercials. So there was an Avon commercial where the tagline was, "You never looked so good." And as a little girl, I would walk up to people and say that, which made me very likable as a child. So I would quote commercials, and I remember liking like Pebbles and Bam, 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 like Pebbles and Bam, Bam, like that kind of. I just liked to repeat it. I wasn't not a good mimic. Like that's not my skill set, but I can at least try.
I think most voiceover actors have part parrot DNA in them.
It seems likely. Jeff, is there some
very
source from you?
influential? Yeah, I was a part of a theater company that was inspired by classical theater and Warner Brothers cartoons. But for me, the one that I don't know, sort of do occasionally, I guess, is I do, "Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of the hat." "Again?" "Nothing up the sleeve." "Oh, must have the wrong hat."
Takes you right back to Saturday morning. Those guys were the best.
Oh, Paul Frees and
all that radio thing that they had done all those radio shows.
"Ooh, Mrs. Carmichael." Yeah.
Is anyone out there
There's
thinking
such a big call for people from the 40s.
I don't know, but I think we might have just found a bunch of reboots right here on the stage. Am I right, everyone? I think we might have just found that. I love that. You know, I have to just ask this because I saw it, and I'm going to kind of throw this question to Tara and to Jeff. Both of you have credits in a lot of different mediums. You were in one of my favorite shows of all time, which is 50 Rock, and Tara, you are in one of my absolute favorite dramas of all time, The Newsroom, which I know, but still, it doesn't matter. The fact that two of you are there, what I just want to know is, based on the experience of having multiple acting mediums, what's the difference between performing in front of a microphone for voiceover, on stage, on
Who
a
are
camera?
you in 30 Rock? Because now I'm realizing you look familiar from that.
Teeny tiny part. I played a priest. You know when Rip Torn has died, and they've got him in the Han Solo block of thing. I'm the priest at the ceremony. They cut my one line. I'm not bitter. It just joins all the other lines that have been cut from my film appearances. But I did get to spend about 45 minutes talking with Alec Baldwin, which was amazing. I had a great time. So
yeah, I mean the big difference is the community on when you're on a shoot. You get to you're killing time with people. You're talking to people. I had like 2 lines on The Newsroom, and I didn't get fired by Aaron Sorkin, which was, I mean, just that alone was, I couldn't believe that he was like, okay, you're allowed to say my words.
Yeah.
I got to hang out with Jeff Daniels, and he clearly like needed to keep talking. Like it was one of those days when he just needed to talk about stuff. So I was just sitting there as he kind of just talked at me for like an hour.
Well, some people may very well be sort of snarky, you know, certain actors. But in my experience, I would say far more of them, when you're on set or in rehearsal for a play or whatever, they treat you as equals, which can be a little bit discombobulating to, you know, being treated like an equal by somebody you grew up watching and going, whoa, you know, but that happens. Yeah. And the other thing about doing film or TV is there are so many people watching you. In a booth, you know you're being listened to, and you may have a window in the booth that you can see the people at the control panel, but that's nothing like having 100 or more people. Everywhere you look, there are people. That's the hardest thing for me doing that kind of work, but I love it.
You have to love it to be able to do the things you do on a daily basis, you know? And I was sitting here and I was preparing for this panel, and I was like, okay, so if I were in their shoes and I had these credits, what would I do with it? And I thought, you know, I would sometimes, you know, use the iconic voices. And I'm like, all right, I'm at a Starbucks, I've ordered a PSL, and I'm like, okay, here you go, here's your change. Like, thank you, boom shakalaka. Is there any moments where you ever like just slip a little bit of one of your characters in a social engagement or anything like that? No. Or is that just like my devilish fun?
Only if I'm having a soap dish moment and need a little support, and then I'll sort of let it slip, you know.
It's kind of more fun to not tell them. Like, I see lots of kids, like, they'll be wearing a Bulbasaur shirt, or even adults, and I'll be like, oh, I like your bag, and we just have a conversation, and they have no idea. That's more fun. And it's less douchey. You know, like, I don't want to be the douche who's like, do you know who I am? Like, that's not me, but it is kind of fun to just, in my head, have that.
Sure, fair enough. Michael, you know, as an actor, sometimes I'm terrified to hear or see myself. And I know that's an important thing, is I need to like listen to myself, and I have to like sometimes record and rehear myself. Do you ever either A, get that anxiety, or B, do you have an advice to be able to like get that out? Like, or do you ever get over like the weirdness and be like, oh, that's my voice right there?
Yeah, no, you see, I approach this from a different thing. I just jumped in. I don't consider myself an actor. I did voices for that show. And now my voice is like, if I were an actor, I would be able to speak like they're sounding now. But because I never trained my voice and I don't know how to do it, I'm hoarse, and it's only 3 o'clock on Saturday. I don't know what I'm going to sound like tomorrow. So the only advice I would say is that, you know, you're going to be dead in 50 years anyway, and no one's going to care. So just go out there and do it, right? I mean, there's
50
been 10,
years?
10 million years before you, 10
optimist.
million years after you. Just go ahead and do it. No one is that thinking about you that much, except that director who's nervous because or the producer who has the $10 million wrapped up in it. But I didn't, so.
Fair enough. Anybody else have that, like, kind of as a performer, how you like listen to yourself, or how you're able to act in a way that it's like, oh, I can get over the fact that that's me?
I don't watch or listen to myself.
Really?
I don't know. If I have to, I do. Like if I have to, if I'm editing an audition and I cringe most of the time.
What was the moment in your journey, like voice acting or performance, that you really realized, oh, I kind of made it. This is kind of the moment. Is it at a convention or someone recognizing you? Any fun anecdotes around that?
What was the question?
Well, when was the moment that you realized, oh, like, this is like kind of a big deal, this Halo thing?
I guess when people started to figure out who I was, I did at one point put it into my bio, into my credits, like when I was doing stage work. And I remember vividly, I was in Arizona doing Malvolio in 12th Night, and we had a question and answer period with the students at the matinee, and this young woman stood up and she said, excuse me, in your bio it says that you did one of the voices in Halo. What did you do? And I said, oh, well, I'm the voice of God multiplayer announcer for the game. I do, double kill. And the audience screamed. It was this huge, and I went, okay, that's surprising, And to see it's people reacting, that's when you sort of go, really?
Fair enough.
Because you do enough work, you think, why this rather than that? I've done this, I'm just as proud or more proud of something else I've done, but this is the one that struck a chord. And obviously, I think every one of us is thrilled that it has and has garnered so many really dedicated and passionate fans, but I still find myself going, wow. I mean, it's humbling, I think.
I would say as much. In the world of voice acting, how much is there with on-script versus improvisation? Does anyone have like a moment where it's like, oh, I get to go off script a little bit? Do you get a take where you get to just try anything for fun?
I think that's more in the audition process. My experience was that people wanted to steal material from Second City, people like myself, say, well, we're not really sure what we're doing, but just improv a little bit. They would take material, and that happened in many auditions, and it happens all the time. So, but once you get down to scripting, it's usually pretty set. But for my business, whatever we did for a pinball or a sports game, whatever the category was, once I did all the lines that were there, I just let rip anything else that was left in the tank, and let it feel natural. So,
absolutely.
For games, there's often timings we have to hit. So it's like 2 seconds, 2.5. Like there's times when I'll do something, they'll say, shave a half a second off of that. So there's very little room for improv for games specifically, unless it's a dialogue scene, but it's quick.
That makes a lot of sense, considering the windows can be small. So I think we have enough time for one more question, and I know I have a friend out there that would absolutely devastate me if I didn't ask this. What advice would you have for someone that's looking to get into the voice acting world? What's the way? Is it the technical experience? Is it the audition experience? What's your best bit of advice to try to for someone that wants to get into the realm of doing either voiceover for anime or for video games? Well, what's the universe like? What would you suggest?
I've been out of that arena for a while. I mean, people ask this all the time. On all of these, they always ask the same thing. And I usually give the flip answer: become your own director and cast yourself. I don't know. I think some people think like, hey, I can do a funny voice, and maybe they can, and maybe they can act, and maybe they have both a unique, like there's a certain, quality of a person's voice, and they have the ability to emote and to convey things. But they can do it for 10 seconds or so. I would say get a classic book or a play and read, go on the microphone yourself. You don't even have to put it on YouTube, but maybe do. And do that. And do that for like a couple of hours a day, every day for like 2 or 3 weeks. And then listen back to yourself if you think you're okay. But if you also think that you could really do that for 2 or 3 hours a day, whether you either got hired
that's what we've
or
been
you're
trying to
doing
do. This is what I got left
because,
of buying.
You know, it might be fun to work at a carnival, but when you go from China to there and you got that cotton candy all over you for 6 months out of a year,
Testing my
well,
I've
then it's not so fun.
I've been shilling for you. You want to get that Sprite out of that?
Yeah.
Shilling. Awesome. That's what we need more of, is shills.
Nice and cold.
I'll take it. Oh, my key! That's awesome, man.
That's what I was just...
How long were they in there?
About an hour, I think I put it in there.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's really good. Because we were over here and we were talking with Eduardo, and Detroit Love was like, that's a shame that you don't have a
Coke machine?
anything that... I have one at home, but anything to do that. Make sure everything's going.
Do I sound okay, Steven?
All day.
How's the voice holding?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Internet, on the other hand, not so much. The internet in this building is terrible.
Yeah, it is. My voice a little bit better, though? Can you hear me okay?
Your voice is always wonderful, Glenn.
That's what I like to hear.
So here's some headphones so you can actually hear us. So now everything probably comes to life, right? You're able to hear us.
Yeah. Check. 1.
All right.
Check.
2. Do it. Hold on.
I think we're right here. All right.
What camera are we on?
We're going to be on.
Switching these?
Yeah, he's going to be switching.
We're
so you'll
about
be
to
able see.
announce.
This is the. So guys, just so you know, Glenn List, just so you know, that TV has audio on it. So if you stand near that TV, you'll actually hear what we're saying.
Boom shakalaka.
Boom.
Shakalaka. Boom boom. Shakalaka.
Okay.
Boom. You spell like poo. Poo.
How are
You
we
spell
doing?
like
Let's see here. And hey, Cody, this is one. Can you actually hit the record on the TriCaster and record this portion of it? So we can pull that off later. I just got to wait for this to stop blinking there.
How do I look, guys? Pretty?
Oh, you always look sexy. What are you
I
kidding?
know.
Tall, dark, and handsome.
That's me. Tall, dark, and ugly.
Well, it's better than being short, fat, and ugly like me. So
let's make sure everybody's back up here.
Do I have a box I can sit on, Steven?
I can get you louder. Give me a count whenever you're ready there.
Yeah, John, you're looking kind of short.
All right, guys, we're live here at the Cleveland Gaming Classic, and I've got two fine gentlemen sitting next to me. This guy you probably don't recognize because he's not sitting in his backyard at a picnic table on a live show. We've got Shiloh from New Wave Toys sitting here.
That's my trademark. Picnic table.
Looks good. Looks good. And then we've got this guy, the innovator, the godfather, the man, the myth, and the legend, Glenn Planamento.
Also the shortest one sitting here.
Fact.
And fat. Short and fat.
No. I didn't say fat. I said fact.
But the Godfather.
So I have a box here. It ended up on my
It did.
table.
It did.
It was there.
You want to see this?
So what is this? Is this part of the announcement here, or what?
No, this is separate. This is separate.
I have no idea what that is.
Shiloh
I don't know what it is.
Shiloh might like to see it too.
I don't know what it is.
Open it up.
All right, we're gonna open this up.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'll let you open it up because with sitting here and maneuvering everything, I got a pocket knife here. Let's. Shiloh's gonna open this up because I have
making other people sweat here for an announcement.
No, that's what you do.
That's right.
That's what you do.
You build.
So Glenn, I had it over here, and he had some kind of sticker on. He's like, "This is for you, or whatever." So I'm like, okay. But he's like, you can't open it till later. And I'm like, okay.
Right.
So
Everyone carries weapons but me, apparently.
well, my knife isn't the greatest on this one here. It's been through the ringer. All right, so Shiloh's pulling this out. You're going to see. Oh, it's the Akari Warriors stick.
Akari Warriors
Nice.
stick.
Nice. Oh, got it.
Pull that thing out. Pull it out.
Hey, this is a family show.
Pull it out of the box.
I'll take this box and get it out of here.
So this right here is a new product I'm launching in November. It's a fully licensed with SNK Akari Warriors GRS Super Stick. This is basically a rotational joystick, but the cool thing about it is, Shadow's going to find out right now, is you can take the sleeve off of it, and underneath the box itself can be used as a controller housing. Now, the player one side, which is the red side, all the buttons are perforated.
Well,
So-
wait. I got to ask him.
Sure.
Is this your first unboxing? He's like a pro at this. Like he's good. He's like doing it all the Vanna White movements.
So if you see that artwork, that's all officially licensed by SNK, and all those holes you can press out with your finger and use the box
Shoot, can I
as the
press
controller.
one out?
It's up to Steven. It's his gift.
Oh, it's
Go ahead.
It's my fucking gift.
I haven't brought yours over yet.
He didn't bring yours over yet.
Steven, you pop it out.
Just go ahead, pop it out. Pop it out. He's gonna pop it out. Let's see how hard it is.
Wow, you really hit me with these words, I can say.
I'm scared to do it.
Hey, there it goes.
So it is just that simple. You push them out, and you can now use this as a controller. Now, you don't
I
have
love
to.
that. I love that,
You
Glenn.
don't have
It's
to
really
use
good.
this as your box for the controller, but we have to ship it in a box anyway.
Yeah,
Because people
yeah.
keep telling me, Glenn, when are you
Genius.
going to sell it without the box? I got to sell it to you in a box. So I figure rather than make more e-waste or just waste in general,
Yep.
use the box as your housing, and it's a very strong, firm Glenn's Retro Show product where you can use it as the housing. Now, we do include a very large manual as well. It's 40 pages, but there's a lot of information in here.
I'm going to read it right now.
Here we go. Page 1.
Page 1.
Page 1.
I'm not very good at reading out loud, so bear with me.
Once upon a time. You can take it from here. So basically the manual will tell you how to set up with emulators and different modes of the controller. We include different tops. But basically, if you're a fan of Akari Warriors, Frontline, Heavy Battle, Midnight Resistance, or even fighter games, hell, Street Fighter, you can play with this controller. But the box itself, as Shiloh has shown, is pretty strong.
Look at very nice packaging, Glenn. Very good job.
Now, even if you turn around to the back, Shiloh, you'll see Player 2's control panels on the back. So you have Player 1, which is the red side. Player 2 is the blue side.
Nice. And you had a hard time poking that hole out of there, right? I mean, that was pretty solid.
Actually, I'm just scared. I didn't want to crinkle the box, you know.
I don't have wrinkly boxes. It won't crinkle.
Well, wait a second. Glenn's the king of boxes and bags. Why would you think?
Exactly right. And you notice it came in a bag.
Okay.
So this is going to be sold in November. You can pre-order it now for $79.99. And it does include a lot of additional functions. It is a joystick. It is an 8-way, a 12-way, a 16-way, and a freeway, not the kind you drive on, freeway spinning, as well as a push-pull spinner. So if you wanted to purchase like the GRS Tron push-pull spinner, that's kind of built in there as well. If you do have an Amazon account, Amazon Prime, you can actually get the 40th anniversary of SNK's games for free on Prime. You press the mode button, you go to the purple mode, and it's plug and play. All the games will just work.
And we're going to do this. Glenn graciously gave me this for review. What we're going to do for you guys, the audience, we're going to buy one of these and we're going to give it away. So look for a contest coming soon. We're going to do that to support Glenn in his endeavors. So we're going to give one of those away to somebody in the community. U.S. only, unfortunately, because I'm a small guy and I can't ship outside the U.S. But unless we can drop ship it from Amazon.
It's expensive.
It is expensive.
Can we drop ship it from Amazon? Like if
This it's not being sold on Amazon right now. It's being sold just through the website.
Okay. So U.S. only. Awesome.
Right now, and in fact, I should mention that with the license, with SNK, as Shiloh knows, you have to follow certain rules for licensees. So I can only sell this through and in the continental U.S. right now.
Right.
However, with that being said, I'm sure there might be other people who may be able to do outside the country.
Awesome. I know a lot of people were playing with it. They stopped by and they said, like, it reminded them of the arcade. Now, I haven't played it yet, but, like, I love Akari Warriors. So being able to do that, I'm excited. I'm going to put it on my 4-way, my Act Games Legend, and then I'm going to buy another one for myself, so I have 2, one on each side. And then I have the regular joysticks in the middle.
I like how you grab your sticks.
Listen, I'm grabbing them.
That works well. But, you know...
Show everybody you're grabbing. Go like this.
Grabbing. But the big thing is, for me, the quality's had to be there.
Yes.
I figured, a lot of people said to me, Glenn, I don't want the box, but you got to remember, it has to be sent to you in something. I'm not going to ship you in a GRS bag. I would like to, but I got to send it in a box anyway, so why not use the box as part of the experience?
Yes.
And it's fun. It takes about 20 minutes. You put it together, and you can start playing right away. Now, if you do have a cabinet that you want to put it in, it'll work. I'll have a video coming up soon. We're going to use the tank stick and showing you how to put these inside a tank stick, which uses sandwire joysticks. We'll put them in very easily.
Awesome.
That's it. And I love our audience we have here. I don't think they're here for me, though, but they're all here.
Yes, they are.
So I want to see, you know, you guys were gracious to come over here, and I started into the community, and I started saying about you guys building a 3/4 scale arcade, because I would say, and I'm not in manufacturing, but I would say the market is ripe for this right now because of all the changes that are happening. But you stopped on that rumor on a podcast by stating, I'm 6'7". I do not want a 3/4 piece of trash. So that led me to believe, and I watched you.
I'm not sure if that's exactly what I said, but something like that.
Not word for word. Not word for word. But then I read into it, and I was like, you know what he's going to do? He's going to do a full-size scale with the quality that New Wave Toys is known for. The community wants to know, is this what's happening? Is this, even if it's not here, are you doing that?
Well, first of all, let's talk about the 3/4 scale thing. If somebody can explain to me how to calculate Arcade 1-Up's 3/4 scale, I'll make it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we're also
tell me those exact calculations, because it doesn't look like
Exact
3/4 scale to me.
No.
It doesn't look, that would be 25% smaller, right?
Fair enough.
That's pretty simple.
Yes.
But that's not what it is for them. So I don't know how to calculate that scale, so I just want to make that clear that that's a mystery to me.
Okay.
Here's what we're going to say today. We're really trying to push our new charging machines here at the show. And they are vending machines, and there's 2 versions. There's one that is a classic cigarette machine, and there's another version that is a Artomat repurposed machine. And if you guys don't know what Artomat is, I need to tell you right now, because it's really cool. They're based in Salem, Winston, North Carolina, and what they do is they're headed up by a guy, his name is Clark, and he used to work for Big Tobacco as a graphic designer. And if you are into graphic design at all, you'll know that cigarettes have the absolute most beautiful packaging, probably next to alcohol. And they're the 2 poisons that are in the most beautiful packaging that you can buy.
True. It's truth.
They're beautifully packaged poison for anybody that enjoys those products. But anyways, what they do is they repurpose these old vending machines, because cigarette vending machines were actually banned. They were banned by the FDA in 2010.
Wow.
Yeah, so back in the day, we used to see them everywhere, right? Yep. They were in billiard halls, arcades, I mean, every lobby, hotel, I mean, they were friggin' everywhere. And in fact, we brought a refurbished unit that Artomat did for us. It's a 1970s National Vending 800, completely redone inside out, gutted, rebuilt everything. and it's really cool that it's still running today. And we're selling our little metal keychains. Everybody probably has one of those already. But
I didn't even get over there yet. I hope there's some left, 'cause I want one.
Yeah, there's some left still, but it's really neat. And that's primarily why we're here today. But I want to say that we really respect Glenn and his work as making full-size controllers, and it's a really super high-quality product at a really great price. And Glenn, you tell me this all the time. I'm going to tell you, you should charge more for your products.
I tell you the same thing. Actually, I go back to you.
I know. We tell each other the same thing, and it's like, well, no, because it's still expensive. Our stuff's still expensive.
It is, but we both believe in high quality items for the consumer, making sure that what they get is a lot of value for the dollar. And New Wave Toys has shown time and time again that for what you pay, they go above and beyond. Small little things, like with their Dragon's Lair, they had the Laserdisc player inside there. Or when they had the Street Fighter, you had that little back you opened up with the LEDs with the other
little
controller
Coke
in there.
cans and the little dollar bills.
And this Coke machine right here, which again, I am so thankful it was not a Pepsi machine. Sorry, P-Dubs. It was a Coke machine, which, so...
Coke, more poison.
Exactly. But the thing is, my mission has been about quality and cost for the end user. And Shiloh and New Wave Toys has shown time and time again that's their mission. They are here to make sure the end user has it from the unboxing, even the packaging, like myself. The boxing, the packaging, all that stuff from New Wave Toys is always high-end quality. So, I didn't mean to cut off Shiloh, but we're both basically on the same mission to make sure that the consumer, the retro gamer who's living these experiences, has that feeling again. We want to take you guys back.
That's right.
But not only take you back, but enjoy it, right?
So let me put this out there, and you can answer or you cannot answer.
Okay.
Talking to all these guys out here that are watching right now and that have come by the booth today, signed that shirt. You see how many autographs are on there from viewers, from content creators, from people.
I signed it too.
You were the first one to sign it.
The first one.
You get with the shining. What is with the shining?
Shiloh, sign it. Okay. I said to them, if New Wave Toys came out with a full-scale arcade with Glenn's parts in it and their quality and attention to detail, would you pay $1,000 or $1,500 for that product? And they said if they could replicate that in full scale with his products, $1,500 would be a no-brainer.
Wow, that's a lot of dough.
It's a lot of dough, but that's
dough, man.
That's what these guys have stated that they'd be willing to do because they know.
So we would sell at least 15.
Well, I mean, there's other people in the chat room, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do. I'm just messing
because
with
they
you.
know the quality, like you were saying, piggybacking off of that.
Yeah.
They know the quality that you put into these machines. What's your response to that if you can say that?
Well, my response is that I'm just going to tell everybody straight out that Glenn, GSR, and New Wave Toys are working together on a project. And we're not going to disclose exactly what that project is, but we are going to say we have been working on something for a few months now, and we will announce exactly what it is at a later time. We just we got to spread out marketing and
sure.
like I said, we're pretty excited about our new chargers, and we're trying to push that, and Glenn's trying to push his new product, but we do want everybody to know that we are working together on something, and it combines exactly what we were just saying, the two companies' talents together,
right? And
it's going to make something that's very special. And to expand on what Glenn is saying, we don't want anybody to be disappointed,
right? Right.
That's fair. That is completely fair.
Yeah.
So the future looks bright.
Absolutely.
And people should really pay attention to the new Wolf Pack.
That's right. The new Wolf Pack.
The new Wolf Pack.
NWO.
Listen, I told him, I said, you need to do shirts and hats with the old school NWO Hollywood Hogan with NWT on it, and I bet you everybody would buy these shirts to support it. Start a new cult following with this.
We know what's missing.
Just
we know what to do. Glenn's been at this as long as we have, and in fact, I'm actually very proud to announce, in case anybody doesn't know, a lot of people have just been turned on to us kind of in the last year or two, but we've been giving her on this shit for 7 years, and it's been ebbs and flows and a real grind, and but
it's not been easy. It's not been easy.
Nothing worth having is easy.
No.
Right? And now we've grown so much, and we're so proud of everything we've done. But it's time for us to expand, and it's time for us to grow. And I said this on some other podcasts and stuff like that before. But just sign up for our newsletter. It's the first. You'll be the first to know on anything before it goes on social media, any of that kind of stuff. Please sign up at newwavetoys.com. And next year is going to be a big year, literally.
Right. It's going to be an amazing product, and it's a start of something that could potentially become a longer-term partnership between GRS and New Wave Toys. And Shadow and I have been talking a lot previously on other potential projects, but whether it's licensing, didn't pan out. There's other things that just don't always pan out.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want to say anything just yet. But like Shadow said, he does have some products he's announcing today. And I want to say, he still has some machines that are very rare with New Wave Toys that are on sale right now on the floor. And once these are gone, that's it. It's going to be eBay and like 10 times or 8 times the price.
That eBay.
I've watched your stock, because it's the closest thing. You guys can't see it, but off to my left. Yeah. I've watched that shrink since yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, guys,
there's
no lie.
Really.
There's like a few cabinets left. I see like, what, 6, 7?
You know what I just pulled out of the stack there is a Tempest in its shipping box still. So, there's people here that might have missed out on Tempest. There's one over there for $200. We just got to charge a little bit more.
It's a lot cheaper than eBay, I tell you that right now.
We figure that's a fair price for us to charge direct to customer, no tax, nothing like that. So, it's really cool that we try to hold on to a little bit extra stock in our warehouse and stuff like that. So it's really cool to be out here in Cleveland and be able to sell that directly to everybody. But I just want to say this could lead into some really heavy hitting stuff, and we really trust Glenn. And if you get a chance and you're here, you got to go over and check out some of Glenn's new peripherals. They're absolutely excellent.
Oh, his buck hunter gun is really nice. I can't wait till that, because I'm getting that.
There's one word I want to use, and it's proper, right? Arcade proper.
Somebody asked me yesterday when I was talking to them, they were like, what does it feel like? Because they saw the picture when I was holding it at you.
Right.
I said, I know this sounds stupid, but it feels like a solid piece of rubber. That's the best way I could explain the weight of it. Would you agree?
Yeah. I had noticed that right off the bat, that it's solid.
It's solid, yes.
Yeah. And it, you know what it reminds me of? A really nice toy gun when we were kids.
Yeah, before they ruined stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They, them.
Yes.
But the big takeaway here is that GRS and New Wave Toys are working on a collaboration.
Yes.
And it's the beginning stages of potentially something bigger. We have to see how it plays out.
This is going to be awesome, and I know, like, they're all standing over there. We had the camera up here where they're all like doing the Hulk Hogan. They're trying to listen. This guy over here, he's trying to figure out what is it? What is it? So it's going to be a big year, or it's going to be a 3/4 scale year.
Well, again, 3/4. If you can explain.
That's why I said it that way. That's why I said it that way. That's why I said it. He knew it. 3/4 scale.
You got to ask the questions properly with me, or you're gonna.
I'm telling you.
What's a 3/4 scale for me, and then what's a 3/4 scale for Shiloh? It's
so just.
It's a tough thing to
I know
pick
you guys. I know you guys can't spill the beans. I'm not asking you to.
You realize these guys are gonna hound.
Oh, I know. They're gonna hound me. They're gonna go into the. Listen. Is it out of the realm of possibility you guys are gonna go in the ring and box?
I don't want to fight a guy like Glenn, man. Oh, he's like a wiry dude.
I'm a little Wolverine. I look like a nerd, but man, I kick like a girl.
Hey guys, as a journalist, I will have to say that these guys got something planned, and it sounds like it's really big.
Well. Think of it this way. Think of what New Wave Toys puts out right now.
Yes.
Think about what I put out.
Yes.
Now think about combining the two.
Yes.
What are you going to have?
You're going to have a full-scale arcade with the top-notch details and everything, and it's actually going to work, and it's not going to die within 6 months of having it.
Yeah, and it's funny.
And he's 6'7", so he
at
can't do
least.
3/4 scale.
That's right. That is absolutely right, Steven. You know, it's funny. I actually roll up to some full-size arcade machines, and I forget I need to get my stance on. You know, I got to spread my legs just to play them, you know?
Well, you guys didn't see it yesterday, but when Glenn was over there, I think you had a step stool or the chair or something. When Glenn came over, Shiloh, and he's standing on the chair, and he's about the same height as him.
Just to get eye to eye with
Just
Shiloh.
to get eye to eye with
and stand on the
Shiloh.
chair.
So I have a picture. If you check my social media, you'll see that. But
Yeah,
listen, guys,
I'm
I'm not going to
take a freak.
I'm probably going to get yelled at, but I'm not going to keep probing you guys. I'm really not. I'm excited. I think this is going to be cool. Again,
Yeah, it's going to be really great, guys.
I'm just trying to give you feedback from what people have said. You guys, because you're always saying you're not charging enough, right? That's what you say. He says it too.
No, we're charging enough for our current line. You know, I always say get in on the pre-sale, and boy, you're getting a really good deal. You know, so
The only thing I ask is, don't call it XL and Pro because nobody understands the difference.
Thank you. We'll
That's
keep
all
that
I'm
in
gonna
mind.
say. That's all I'm going to say with
Yeah.
that. And
You
that
you
do
just
call
scrapped
that,
my entire 2024 product line. They
I'm
were all
sorry.
going to be XL Pros.
Listen, I tried to tell you. Nobody, listen, when you got an XL and a Pro, nobody can see the difference. I'm just saying. So, that's what's coming. You had the skee ball. I saw some pictures of that. I didn't get a chance to check it out. He's got the,
See what people think of that. We'd like to know.
Yeah. We'll go over and get some B-roll of that and shoot some video of that.
Is everybody into midway games? You know, I mean,
yeah.
that's what I consider a midway game: is skeet ball. And
I'm still waiting for pinball in a little 3.
I want to make like a full trailer and little water guns where you shoot and then like the clown heads go up.
That would be cool.
How awesome would that be?
Nobody has that stuff. That would be killer.
Nobody's making that stuff,
No.
man. Or like you throw the ball and you knock over the fluffy head thing.
Oh yeah. Like
Or the three milk jugs.
Milk jugs.
Yep.
Milk jugs
Yep.
on top of each other. Or the ring toss, right?
I
went too close to the mic there.
That would
Sorry.
be killer. That would be really awesome.
But I'll tell you what my favorite is, and then you guys can tell me what your favorite is. You guys remember Bowler Roller?
I'm old enough to remember that, yes.
They're actually still in a lot of these new like arcade amusement type places. Roller Bowler is a full-size bowling ball, and it's on 2 rails, and you're trying to get it to stay in the hoop, right?
Oh,
So
I do
you
remember
roll it,
seeing
and it
that.
goes over, and then
You have to keep it in
it's
the
gonna-
valley. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, are people interested in that stuff? You know, let us know.
So the most important question before I let him go, because he's got to get back to his booth, and he's got to get back to his booth.
Yeah.
Who's Barbie and Ken sitting on the stools? Like, what dolls are they?
No, that's Barbie and Ken from the.
Is it really Barbie and Ken?
From the Barbie movie? Yeah.
I was joking because I was like, I'm trying to figure out like what dolls is he using on that stool.
Yeah, we usually stick to Hot Toys, but since Barbie is a pretty big movie,
it's pretty
and,
big right now.
I mean, I don't know, is it still in the theaters? I know it was
I don't
popular
know.
a couple weeks ago.
Who knows?
Well, listen, I really appreciate it. We're going to have you on the show when it's time for you guys to really announce whatever's happening.
Specifics, yes.
Specifics, but also, as the progress continues with the New Wave toy line, we always want to talk about it. We want to bring it
Right.
out. It's gotten to the point where, talking with Eduardo, was like, I'm to the point now, if I get any more big arcades, the little ones are going. Meaning the 3/4, well, we don't know what 3/4 scale is, but what they call 3/4 scale will be leaving and being replaced. So I have a little, in front of my studio at home, I have all the New Wave toys lined up.
I've seen it.
Did you see that?
You've shown it before on your videos and stuff, yeah.
So now that's going to go right next to me, so I can easily grab a water or something out of it when because I have the Xbox one and it doesn't get that cold.
Seriously? It's better than the Xbox one.
The Xbox One is, what is it, room temperature it even says on it. It says it gets to, so if you have a 70-degree studio like me, your drink is 70 degrees.
Really?
100%. I kid you not.
and man, they sold a lot of those. People must be pissed.
I got one for my son because he wanted it for his bedroom for his game, and yeah, it can hold 4 of them, but he's like, it's like room temperature and stuff. And I thought it was something wrong with mine, but all the other ones are like that too. So,
well, Steven just gave me a Sprite he had in.
It's cold. Wasn't even planned.
It was
not
cold.
even planned.
Yeah, this was not planned. And I was like surprised. I'm like, how long has it been in the cooler? He's like, an hour. I'm like, man, it's nice and cool. This is great.
We put my other one back in there because you came over, and Detroit loves to blame for this because I had him sitting there, and
he's to blame for everything.
He comes over and he's like, he comes over, and so there's no water here. For some reason, they're out of water. So he's like, you got any water or anything? Pulled it out. But I've been showing people this because we had it. Eduardo brought it over. We plugged it in. Because people are like, oh, right, it makes it cold.
Well, I had on my channel, I had a laser temperature gauge, and it was well over a 35-degree drop from room temperature. So it does cool.
Yeah. You know, it's overkill because it's you can only fit 2 cans or like one bottle in there.
Yes.
But it's because we want to keep it to scale, right? I mean, obviously it's not the ideal drink. You can't fit like, really huge cans of beer or anything like that in there. But you can fit a couple cans or a bottle of water or whatever in there, and it works good because it's overkill because it's such a small area, and we could have got away with 1 fan, but we're like, you know what? Let's go for it. We put 2 fans in there so to make sure it's cold,
And you know what the other comment people said when they opened it up? Because again, I was shilling it.
Thank you. We need more shills.
They were feeling that they're like the inside cans are cold too, like the little toy ones that come out.
I love hearing that because that's on purpose.
Oh, okay.
We could have made those out of plastic, but we made them out of aluminum for 2 reasons. All right. Number 1, the weight. It feels like there's liquid inside it, right? It's like a bullet head.
Yes. I picked it up. I'm like, no way. They made it like solid metal. I thought it was plastic.
It's solid. Yeah, it's solid.
I couldn't believe it when I opened it up. I was like,
yeah. And then you grab it and you're like, it's cold. And that was the whole reason, why there's a metal bar in there to hold them and all that.
Even the $2 that come in it, the little tiny paper $2 bills.
Okay, disclaimer that the bill reader does not work on the machine.
No.
Okay, I didn't try that.
The coin op does work.
Yes, the coin op does take the tweezers, put it in there. My wife was checking
those coin drops are now starting to be integrated into your Replicade line.
Now, all new cabs are going to have coin op and coin boxes, and we brought Berserk with us. We brought Zoltar
and I have to say, I haven't done it on my channel yet. At least I don't think I did. But the 2.0 screens on the Ghouls and Ghosts, the Ghosts and Goblins, and the upcoming Berserk, which has over there, if you weren't happy with Missile Command or even Food Fight, there's a large difference in the screen. It's really, really nice looking. It's got a nice effect to make you feel like you are playing a CRT. And I think you guys, once you see them, you'll be very happy with them.
Yeah, thank you, Glenn. And we're really proud of it. And I mean, we're like anybody else, we tried with Missile Command and we went a little far with the convex.
Well, you got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah. So I guess the whole point is we actually tried to improve it with Food Fight too. But not enough. And then we're like, all right, let's really tone it down here for the next game. And everybody's like, perfect. Throw on the scan lines and you can almost feel like you're looking at a little CRT machine.
But again, that's a level that New Wave Toys goes through. I mean, they do experiment. Even if it's not a direct hit on the first try, they improved it. And I'm not joking when people see this. Now, there's always going to be a reflection from anything, even on a real machine. So there's a little bit of it there, but it's not like it was distracting. The effect looks really, really good.
Thank you. We really appreciate that. We have so much stuff coming out this year still. We still haven't launched our Coke machines to anybody. That's waiting.
Yeah.
Actually, we brought a few with us.
I see him over there.
Yeah, there's one left, I think. I think this is it right here. This is the last one. We might have a new Coke one also.
Well, if you guys got to take it to give it to somebody, I totally get it. I was more or less. He was saying like, let's cool the drinks while sitting here.
Well,
but it's
I think
good
we
product
didn't we send
oh
you
yeah,
guys
I got one
for review.
I got one at home. Yep.
Okay.
I just didn't get a chance to open it or anything like that.
Full disclosure, I bought mine. I buy a lot of stuff in Newer Toys. I bought my Coke machine, and well worth it. And I use it.
Glenn's been an awesome supporter from us for day one. And again, we're 7 years old. I can't believe it.
That's awesome.
I mean, that's 7 years. That's a long friggin' time.
And I remember the initial Kickstarter for Centipede. And I remember saying, it looks cool, but how can they really do that? How's a truck roll going to work? But I backed it, and I got it.
Yeah.
And again, that's one of the most sought after ones you can get now.
Yep.
Is that
Centipede.
Centipede.
Man, if you got in, we were pre-selling those for $90 at one time. It was like, what price is gonna? I mean, we honestly wanted to hit $100 as our, but the cost of everything just kept going up and up and up and up and up. So we're glad we've been able to maintain at around $160 regular cost is good. So we have an action-packed rest of the year. We got Zoltar animatronics coming out. He's over there.
Yep.
So that's really, really fun and a little bit outside our wheelhouse. And Coke machines will be on sale here pretty soon. And we actually have another mini cab, we'll be clear on that, to announce this probably this year still. So stay tuned for that.
It wouldn't happen to be Akari Warriors, would it?
Maybe.
Really? I often wonder, no, seriously, if I was that would be a cab I'd like to see, a mini Akari Warriors. Also, I mean, because all of them, they can go out to a TV. You can output them to a TV.
That's
so
right.
having an Akari Warriors, it's an iconic game.
It is.
Yeah.
So,
but for now, you're going to have to buy Glenn's stick for Akari Warriors and be happy with that.
Yeah, we're going to buy Glenn's arcade stick.
Glenn, how much are these?
They're going for $79.99.
That is a
and
good
again,
deal.
if you are an Amazon Prime member, you can go to Amazon Games and download the SNK 40th Anniversary Collection for free.
Oh.
And if you don't, you can get it on Steam.
I'm sorry? I don't have one. We're actually live right now on the internet. Oh, yeah. Wow, that's the first I've ever had that.
Wait a second though. She asked for a bag, so
You don't have a bag?
Kudos to her for asking for a bag.
Wow, I've never had.
That was pretty funny.
That was the first. We're all just like in middle of conversation. She just comes walking right up and.
Do you have any bags? Well, normally I would, but I don't have one here.
I have a bag.
Can't make this stuff up, folks. It's gonna be an. Yes. Okay. So, hey,
I gotta say, Steven, thank you so much for all your work, man.
Anytime,
you do
man.
so much for everybody in our community, and you guys should really appreciate both these guys, man. They fucking work their butts off, and I mean, we appreciate everything. And I mean, I don't think people realize how much work goes into this, and it's fucking work, man. It's work.
Yep. You
And,
saw it the day we
really
were setting all this
appreciate it.
stuff up, man. It's not, it's a lot of long, but I'm glad they put you right next to us so you could be able to jump over
it's
here.
really cool.
I don't mind promoting things and helping other companies get out there if I believe in it and I like what you guys are putting out, and it's honesty. It's not bull crap. If it's bad, you're not going to put it out like you did. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. You pulled these back because you did not like the print. You held them back.
Yeah, we.
And I'm not trying to bring up.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to bring up the fault with that you had, but you were like, no, we're not shipping these like this.
Gotta look proper, right? And we end up all the time spending a lot more to get it to where it needs to be from our original cogs, which is probably not the best for business, but it is. At the end of the day, it is the best for business because it keeps people coming back and it keeps us growing, and that's what we need to do as a small business.
Right. That's awesome.
We don't want to leave a bad taste in anybody's mouth, and we're definitely not going to with our collaboration with GRS.
Well, like I said, any other upcoming conventions and things like that, I was talking with Eduardo. I think for my one in Pittsburgh, I'm taking mine down because this was the best idea.
For drinks, yeah.
Dude, it was awesome. Yeah. I'm like sitting here, I'm going like, why didn't I think of that? I could have just packed mine. It was still in the box. I never even, because I'm like, no, I got to get content. I got to do a review on
the
it.
Troy Love came
So-
over. He's like, I love that Coke machine, man. He's like
He's
raving about
he's
it.
a fellow Coke lover.
Oh, so I'm getting the 1 minute warning. Like we're getting the message. The woman video bombed the panel. I'm getting the message that they're going to do the main stage here in a second. Right. And we're going to get blown out loudness-wise. So, guys.
Oh, no.
we're gonna
Goodbye,
take you-
everybody.
We'll have these guys back on again. We're going to take you to main stage right now. Cody, go ahead and hit shift and record. That'll kill the recording.
Peace out.
Yeah. Appreciate it, you guys.
Yeah, good. I mean,
Cosplay contest for eyebrow. Then you have I'm gonna send you right down there. All right. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Thank you for the jacket help, by the way. It was silly, right? It was ridiculous, right? The gravity was clear, right? Sorry, this is apparently part of your job. I didn't realize it. I just answer stupid questions. Oh, please, y'all. It is at the moment where this stage is about to transform into a denizen of creativity and passion. And I need us to start right here by showing the people who are about to come on this stage some love. So CGC, are y'all ready for a masquerade? My name is Corey, and I have been your MC here on the main stage today, but we're about to turn this over to another amazing organization. Before we bring them out there, I just want to remind everyone of two big things. Number one, our tech support is brought to you by two people. That is our wonderful friends at Rock the House, and of course, our partnership with a great social group. They're right back there. They're called the Tech Buzz, and they're doing live streaming and cameras as well. So first, can we give them a little bit of love? Because this all comes together with a lot of people together. Additionally, at 5 o'clock, just around when we have all of the people come up, they've done their performance, they've shown off their amazing work, we're going to have a little intermission while our judges do their final confirming. And we're going to have our Tim Misny eyebrow competition. And we're still looking for people that want to join in. If you're interested, join my friend Riley over by that big metal arch right over there, and we can find some people who can help us celebrate this Cleveland icon who truly wanted to be here today, and we're still going to have a whole lot of fun doing it. I have said way too much. Are y'all ready to start this thing here today? Keep that applause rolling and welcome to the stage from Rubber City Cosplay, it's Ryan.
Thank you, everybody. Can I get another woo? That's pretty good. Guys, my name is Ryan from Rubber City Cosplay. I have the privilege, no, the pleasure, no, the honor of being your MC for your 2023 Cleveland Gaming Classic Costume Contest. We have some amazing contestants, okay? I'm so glad I'm the MC because the 4 judges that we had here today had a really rough time picking each of these winners. Let's go ahead and give each of them a round of applause as we bring them up to stage. First up, let's bring up Jay Snips Cosplay. Let's welcome Michelle Gray Cosplay. After that, we have Small Pumpkin Cosplay. And there's a reason why I had her come up last. You'll see in a second, guys. Let's bring up Paige Sickle Art. It's quite impressive. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for the costume contest today, we're going to go over our categories real quick before bringing up the contestants. First off, we have broken down them into age categories from 12 and under for kids, 13 to 17 for teens, and adults 18 up. For all 3 of those categories, we will have 2 winners each, a best and a runner-up. After that, we will have a best group, that is anybody with more than 2 in their cosplay group, and then besides that, we will have our 4 judges' choices. You'll see these amazing cartridges here. These are for all the winners. They're pretty amazing. They have specialized on them the different winners. And then, of course, our best in show. You guys ready to see these awesome cosplays come up here across this stage? All right, now, that love, let's keep that going for each and every one. Bring him down. Each and every one of our contestants that walk across this stage, no matter how old, no matter how young, let's make sure that we show each and every one of them that same amount of love. Can you guys do that for me? Right down here, I saw you shaking your head. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Up first, let's bring up Irene as Mizu, an original character. All right, keep it going, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, we have Stella, dressed up as Nezuko from Demon Slayer. All right, from Nightmare Before Christmas, we have James, dressed up as Jack Skellington. After that, from the Super Mario Bros. Movie, we have Katie dressed up as Princess Peach. All right, from the anime Chainsaw Man, we have Archer dressed up as Angel Devil. After that, from the horror game Poppy Playtime 2, we have Casey dressed up as Mommy Longlegs. Pretty good. Let's keep it going, guys. Only 2 more contestants in our kids category. We have Sophia dressed up as Toga Himiko from My Hero Academia. And last, but certainly not least, for our kids category, let's give one more round of applause. We have Stella as Princess Peach. All right, we are going to move into our teen category. That was pretty good, guys. Let's keep that love going for all of our contestants. Let's make sure, because I tell you what, as a cosplayer myself, blood, sweat, tears, all of that goes into these costumes. But most importantly, it's not easy to walk across this stage. So let's make sure that we show each and every one of them the love. Let's keep it going, guys. First up for our teen category, we have Nathan, dressed up as Zorro from One Piece. After that, we have Sky, dressed up as Monica from DDLC. From Super Mario Galaxy, we have Babby, dressed up as Rosalina. This one's pretty cool. Their names are Lily and Daisy, and she's dressed up as Princess Peach, and she's dressed up as Princess Daisy from Super Mario. All right, up next. Oh, actually, that was everyone for our teens, guys. Let's give all of our teens a round of applause. We're going to move into our adults. Again, this is 18 and up. Up first, we have Ollie, dressed up as Hal from Hal's Moving Castle. From Spaceballs, the Dark Lord himself, Anthony as Dark Helmet. All right, coming up to the stage. From Borderlands 3, we have Libby dressed up as Flack. All right, from Super Mario Bros. Again, we have Jasmine dressed up as Daisy. All right, I've been doing these cosplay contests a long time. I haven't seen this contestant straight from Cryptic Mythology herself. We have Hannah dressed up as Mothman. Keep it going, guys. We have Steven dressed up as an original character, Neo Dooman. Also, an original character, we have Jedi Ken dressed up as an Island Sith, Lord Cyrus. From the video game Cuphead, we have Angela and Gabe dressed up as Cuphead and Chalice. Again, one of those ones I have never seen before. Let's give it up for Anthony and Brittany as Peggy and Al Bundy from Married with Children. All right, up next, from Zelda, we have Beck dressed up as Cece. All right, up next, from Earthbound, we have Zab dressed up as Ness. From DC Comics, you better be careful, we have Justin. He's dressed up as the Scarecrow. All right, from Portal 2, give it up, ladies and gentlemen. We have Emily as Chell. Keep it going, ladies and gentlemen. We got a few more to get through. Up next, the amazing Spider-Man himself, we have Gabriel. All right, from the video game BioShock, we have Bailey dressed up as Eliana Ryan. All right, from the video game Final Fantasy X, we have Jacqueline dressed up as Yuna. From the new video game Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, we have Ethan as Link. Keep it going, we have Sonya dressed up as Meliodas from Seven Deadly Sins. From Final Fantasy VII, we have Raquel dressed up as Aerith. Complete with his own prop, we have Johnny dressed up as Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat. All right. Also from Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, we have Chloe dressed up as Purah. From X-Men, give it up, we have Jessica dressed up as Storm. This one's pretty cool. We have a father-son duo, Dakota and Dakota Jr., dressed up as Zoro and Ace from One Piece. All right, up next, from Disney, we have Nicole and Lizzie dressed up as the Evil Queen and Snow White. Part of the show, part of the show. Give it up for Nicole and Lizzie. From TMNT, we have Jackson dressed up as Casey Jones. All right. Up next, from BattleTech, we have Joyce dressed up as the Atlas Girl. Keep it going, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, we have Cassandra dressed up as Hanji from Attack on Titan. From DC The Flash, we have Bo dressed up as Supergirl. An original character, give it up, we have Swaggy dressed up as Sonic the Power Ranger. Up next, we have Scott dressed up as Jason Poole, Origin Deadpool Uber driver. All right, we have a trio coming up. We have Issa, Annie, and Ren as Aerith, Tifa, and Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. Another trio coming up. We have Carmen, Luis, and Felix as Batman, Catwoman, and Red Hood. All right, from the video game Fallout, we have Nathan dressed up as an NCR Veteran Ranger. Also from Fallout, we have Ian as a Vault Dweller. Just a few more to go, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, we have Zachary dressed up as Jason from Friday the 13th. Last two guys, keep that love going. We have Joe, dressed up as Mega Man box art from Mega Man. And last but certainly not least, guys, give it up. We have Symphony, dressed up as KDA All Out Ari from League of Legends. And that was everybody in our costume contest. Guys, give them all a round of applause.
Woo! Let me tell y'all something. Doing that is not easy. Think about all of that right after another. It's a lot going on. Whew, well, I'm going to let him give him a second to take a little bit of respite here and give the judges a chance to chat about all the great things that they just saw here on stage. And as we do that, well, I wanted to take a second to celebrate perhaps the first word in our show's name, and that is Cleveland. This show was born in the land and is here because of all of you. And we recently had, unfortunately, a great Cleveland celebrity that wanted to come and join us, Mr. Tim Misny. Unfortunately, due to some family stuff, he was unable to attend. But today, we're still going to celebrate his presence here as we have our final tabulation of all of the amazing cosplayers, as we are going to have a Tim Misny eyebrow contest. And we found some fierce competitors who have been duct taping their eyebrows all day long. And they're going to come on up here and see what they have to offer. So ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to our amazing eyebrow contest competitors. Come on up, y'all. Come on up. Come on up, gentlemen. I want you to make a line right over here. There you go. Step one, big line. Thank you very much. So here's how this is going to go. Each one of them, we're going to come down the line. I'd love to know what's your name, where you're from, and then we're going to give you a chance to strike the iconic billboard Tim Misny eyebrow pose. Now, you're welcome as well if you want to use more parts of your body, you want to do the point, maybe you want to do a little heel kick, whatever you think is perfectly Tim Misny. That's going to be, once we have a chance for everyone to strike their Misnyness, we're then going to let the contest come down to all of you. We're going to get a cheer contest, and the person that gets the loudest cheer is going to be the winner. Makes sense, right, everybody? Nice and simple, but we can't do this without an example. And this show is run by a series of wonderful volunteers and people with the show. This is Riley and Sam. Everyone, can you all say hi to these two? They do a lot of running around. They were dancing on the dance floor all night last night. So, ladies, can you just demonstrate for this assortment of competitors exactly what they should do in this eyebrow contest? Ladies, please go ahead and let's see what you got. That was an example. No, ladies, that was wonderful. Thank you very much. I'll have the two of you. Why don't you step right over there? Everyone, I want you to take one nice step forward here. And I'm going to have each of you, in one at a time, come and take a step and do the thing. Sir, I'm going to start right over here. Why don't you step right on this side? Tell us, what's your name?
My name's Michael.
Michael, where are you from?
I'm from Belleville, Ontario, Canada.
Canada, yeah, all right. All right, sir. This is your moment. Tim Misny eyebrow. The audience. You want to look at the audience there. Pretty good start. Pretty good. Come on up, sir. Right over here. Our next in line. What's your name?
I'm Luke Palumbo.
Luke, where are you from?
I'm from Hudson, Ohio.
He's from Hudson. Luke, step right over there. Give us the eyebrow. Dude, he went to get his eyebrows done for this. You can tell that was sharp. Come on up, sir. What's your name?
My name's Daniel.
Daniel, where are you from?
Cleveland, Ohio.
He's from the land, y'all. You've seen it over and over again. So step right here for me. Give us the eyebrow. The pause is what really sold me there. That was good. Awesome. Come on down, sir. First off, I love the shirt. That's a dope shirt. What's the name?
Dylan Sappel.
Where are you from, Dylan?
Ashland, Ohio.
He's from Ashland, y'all. Dylan, right there. You know what to do. Man, that was, whew, I'm feeling hot up here. Step right here, sir. What's your name?
Zach Hyatt.
Zach, where are you from?
Ashland, Ohio.
We got Ashland in the house. You know what to do, sir. 3, 2, 1. I like the shoulders in there. That was some good shoulders. Step right up, my man. Tell us what's your name.
Spencer.
Spencer, where are you from?
Indiana.
Oh, man. Let's see Indiana represent. Spencer, give us the Misny eyebrow. There's some confidence there. Well done. And perhaps our youngest competitor. What's your name, sir?
My name is Simon.
Simon, where are you from?
Chesterland, Ohio.
Chesterland, y'all. Simon, let's see your Misny. Well done, Simon. Well done. Step right back. Everyone take one step forward here. We're going to get a round of applause count here to see what y'all think about our Misny eyebrow contest. Let's head on down in order in which they performed. Why don't you guys switch it up just so we can say in the same order. By show of applause, contestant number 1. Not too bad. Contestant number 2. Number 3. What about number 4? I love you, sir. Don't worry, I love you. Number 5. You were great, man. You were great. Next up, give it up. Pretty gosh darn good. And finally, last but not least, give it up for our youngest competitor. It's close. I think it's going to come down to 2. Number 3, step on up. And Simon, step on up as well. Give everyone else a big round of applause. Step right over there. My friend Abby's going to get you a complimentary cup. Thanks for playing. Gentlemen, shake each other's hands. Give each other the stink eye. All right, it's coming down to these 2 gentlemen here. So we're going to get one more big cheer off to find our winner of our Misny eyebrow contest. But 2 of you guys, I need a little bit of favor. He really wishes he was here, so I need you to help me out and do a little chant for me. And we're going to show the socials and all the world here just how much we appreciate the Cleveland, us coming together as a country, or as a city, and doing this show together. So everyone, come join with me. Misny, Misny, Misny. Everybody do the eyebrow. Everybody do the eyebrow. Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Give yourselves a round of applause here. We're going to get back to our cosplay masquerade, but let's go ahead one more time. Contestant number 3 right here, Daniel. Give it up for him. Simon. It's close, but our winner of our Tim Misny eyebrow contest, Simon, congratulations, my young man. Daniel, well done as well. Go ahead, step right over there. I love it. Now, both of you guys, you're both going to walk away. I want you to give your information to Abby right there. Mr. Misny is going to send you something really nice for being up here and doing the thing. And Simon, you also are going to win free tickets to CGC 2024. Congratulations, my man. Step right over there. They're going to get the information. Also, maybe have the parents do it just to make sure. It seems right. All right, we're going to welcome back to the stage because we need to find ourselves some amazing celebrations of our great masquerade. Give it once more up for Ryan, everybody.
Woo! Guys, one more time. Let's get a woo and a little wah. Guys, our judges have gone through and done deliberation for the costume contest. But before we announce the winners, let's get one final big round of applause for each one of our contestants that came out today, guys. Give it up for them. Again, making the costume is one thing, but bringing it up here on stage is totally another thing. So, guys, we're going to first start by me just explaining what the different categories are. Then we will move into the judges' choices. So first, there is 4 judges' choices for each of our amazing judges. They're going to give a little bit more on why they chose their judge's choice when we get there. Then we have our three main categories. We have kids, 12 and under, teens, 13 to 17, and adults, 18 up. In those 3 categories, we have the first place and a second place or a runner-up. Then we will have a group cosplay winner. That is 2 or more that have come together to show off their amazing costume. After that, we have the big one. We have the best in show. Each one of these amazing contestants and winners will get one of these awesome NES cartridges that are personalized with their category winner. They're pretty cool. We got a chance to look at them. Plus, they have Cleveland Gaming on the back. Let's first start with our judges' choices. Let's start down here on the end. Paige, if you want to go ahead and announce your judge's choice.
Hello, how's everybody doing tonight? All right, so for my judge's choice, I thought this person had exemplary craftsmanship. The details were beautiful on their costume, and I'm also a huge fan of the character. Give it up for Ali as Hal.
As we announce the winners, including these judges' choices, go ahead and make your way back up onto the stage. We're going to keep everyone up on stage and do one big group photo at the end. One more time, get up for Ali as Hal.
Hello, for my one.
You're good. Speak into it. So go ahead and step right over here for me.
Hello, my one. I saw the amount of time and everything he put into it, the detailing, the hours he's put into it that he's told us, all to the little potions and teeth and everything he's added. My pick is Justin as Scarecrow.
Guys, let's give it up for Justin, dressed up as the Scarecrow. Justin, go ahead and make your way up to the stage. He's making his way. He's losing straw, I see it. Come on, Justin. Right up here, guys, your next judge's choice. Give it up for Justin as the Scarecrow. All right, I'm going to have you scoot right over here for me. Follow me. All right, go ahead.
For my judge's choice, I was looking personally, I definitely respect the hours that go into a handmade costume, attention to detail, and then just utilizing what you have. It doesn't have to be overcomplicated. What shapes do you have? What objects do you have to make? And for me, that is absolutely Beck as Oichi from Zelda.
Guys, let's give it up for Beck as Oichi from Zelda. Come on up, Beck. All right. And last.
All right, so hope everybody had a great day today. Thanks for coming out. So I'll tell you, this was super tough because there were so many different elements that we were able to see, from handmade and thrifting to just being resourceful with what you had, and it was just incredible. So I went back and forth on this a lot. I kept saying, oh wait, no, oh wait, no. So my ultimate choice is Chloe as Pura from Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Guys, give it up for Pura! All right, so I'll go ahead and do the winners now. Go ahead and give me that one back. It's the one I wanted. All right, guys, we're going to bring our judges' choices right back up here to the X. One more time, let's give it up for Justin as the Scarecrow, Beck as Ochi, Ali as Hal, and Pura and Chloe as Pura. Guys, your judges' choices. All right, now, I'm going to have you guys, since you guys are pretty mobile, I'm going to have you guys step right off the stage. Don't leave, you'll come right back up, okay? Okay. All right, now, we're going to move into our categories. First, starting with kids, teens, adults, group, and then best in show. Again, if you are announced as one of the winners, please make your way up to the stage so we can hand you off your amazing prize. And then at the end, we'll bring all of them back up stage, including the judges' choices, the judges themselves, and do one big group photo and celebration. It's going to be a rockin' good time, let me just tell you what. So let's start off with our kids. Guys, let's do a huge drum roll for second place. And your kids is... Let me hear it. Come on now. Let me hear it. First runner-up for your kids' costume contest, we have Archer as the Angel Devil. All right, if you win, make your way up as quickly as you can. I see him running. All right, from Chainsaw Man, one more time. Let's give it up for Archer as your runner-up as the Angel Devil. We're going to move into first place for kids. Now, again, there were so many amazing contestants that came out. This one, even though I'm not a judge, was one of my favorites just because of how crazy it was. Guys, let's give it up. Big drum roll, please, for your first place for your kids' costume contest is Casey as Mommy Longlegs. I think Casey's making her way up. Again, if you're not aware, Casey is dressed up as Mommy Longlegs from the horror game Poppy's Playtime. Right here, Casey. Guys, let's give it up for Casey! All right, we're going to move into our teen category. Again, this is ages 13 to 17. We have two winners. We have your runner-up and we have our first place. Let's do a big drum roll, please, for our runner-up for the teen category is Lily and Daisy, dressed up as Peach and Daisy from Super Mario Bros. They're coming up hand in hand. Guys, one more time for your runner-up for your teen category. It's Lily and Daisy as Peach and Daisy. Now let's do a big drum roll for your first place in your teen category. We have Sky dressed up as Monica. Great job, guys. Give it up for your first place in your teens category. We have Sky dressed up as Monica. Step right forward. All right, we move into our adult category. This is 18 and up. After that, we'll do our group and our best in show. So runner-up in the adult category, drum roll please, is Ethan, dressed up as Link from Tears of the Kingdom. He's making his way up. Double time, Ethan. Double time. Let's go. All right. We're going to also announce our first place in our adults as soon as Ethan gets up. All right. He's got a lot on him. You're good. Watch your bow. Watch your bow. You're good. Guys, give it up for your runner in the adults category. You have Ethan as Link. All right, now, first place in the adults. Let's do a big drum roll, please. From Borderlands 3, we have Libby dressed up as Flack. I see behind the curtain, I just see the headlights of her coming up. Come on, Libby. Help her up. Guys, let's give it up for Libby S. Flack from Borderlands. All right, Libby, I'm going to have you step right over here for me. All right, 2 more categories to go. We're going to announce our group costume contest winners and then our best in show. Again, group, although we did have teens have a group, but that's okay. This category is specifically 2 or more people whose costumes really worked well together. And I can't think of a better pair. Let's give it up for Nicole and Lizzie as Snow White and the Evil Queen. She's booking it up here, I can see it. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the group category is Nicole and Lizzie as Snow White and the Evil Queen. All right, now, this is for all the money. We have not only this awesome trophy, but we also have this amazing prize for the best in show. It is a boombox chain necklace that was gifted to us by one of the vendors. The best in show will also win it. Let's go ahead and do a big drum roll for the best in show winner. It is Joyce, dressed up as the Atlas Girl from BattleTech. All right. You got it? All right. Now, Joyce, allow me to bestow upon you your cartridge winner. Guys, one more time, give it up for Joyce as Atlas Girl. All right, we're going to start getting these guys in one big group photo, but before we do that, let's do one more big shout out to every one of our contestants that came out today. Coming across this stage is difficult, but the work and hard work that they put into their costumes was amazing. All right. You guys want to stand behind them? Yes. Okay. Paige, no fault. All right, Casey, I'm going to put you right here. I'm going to put you down here because you can get down on your knees, right? Perfect. I'm going to put you down here. Yeah, right here for me. All right, Joyce, you stay right here. Okay. Link, you're not able to back down, are you? No. You able to? No. No. Okay, that's okay. Scarecrow, come on over here for me. All right, you can go ahead and kneel down, okay? Perfect. Help me out, photographers. Tell me where to put them. Let's go ahead and, yep. All right, let's put you guys up here a little bit. Perfect. Link, Flack, right here. Link, right here. Hal, come up front, okay? We can put you right here, okay? You good? Okay. Let's go ahead. Ladies, I'm going to have you guys kneel down in your beautiful dresses. A little bit forward. I think that's it. All right, guys. Your 2023 Cleveland Gaming Classic Costume Contest winners! Keep posing, guys. Keep posing. Just a few more seconds. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time, ladies and gentlemen. Your Cleveland Gaming Classic Costume Contest winners! Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Please enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much.
to say, good sir, final boss, Tom Jenkins. This has been quite a Saturday at CGC 23.
It's been.
I'm going to give you this one right now.
It's been wild. How's it been up here?
I would say it's been going pretty good. There's been a lot of fun stuff happening. Well, Abby, I know we've had a lot of fun here on the main stage today, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
This is what we call adapting.
This is adapting and being flexible.
I just really wanted to touch every microphone.
I think they all work. Check. These lights are so bright. How'd you guys do this all day? Those are bright.
It's true, but if you can't tell by the mess that's out here on the floor, the cosplay competition, I would say, went pretty well. And I have to say, the person that fired the streamers, Tom, did a pretty amazing job. Whoever that could possibly be.
I'm just disappointed I missed it.
Dude.
It was the highlight of my day.
I've talked about having confetti cannons at CGC for years, and I missed it.
You can see the remnants
I
of it.
came up and I said, what the heck happened here?
As the bard says, heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Maybe. I don't know. I have a big head.
Well, Abby, that was your favorite moment of the day. Tom, what was your favorite moment of this Saturday?
Ooh, it's tough. I think a lot of people, the reaction to the BattleTech pods was pretty incredible. And also, too, like my family came up. That's just always a heartwarming moment, seeing my boys here and just running and around and seeing everything. It's just really cool. Really cool.
I mean, that's what's really great, is that this is a show that's about families. In fact, we have a whole nother day tomorrow dedicated to some great family programming.
That's a great segue, Corey.
Thanks. I'm really good at that. Oh, wait, I didn't share my favorite thing about
Yeah,
about
what's
the
your
day.
favorite thing? Yeah.
So I've been hanging out here all day, but I have to say, I think my favorite part of the day was Simon.
I was going to say the same thing.
You were too?
Yes.
Simon was
Simon?
the winner of the Tim Misny eyebrow competition.
How many participants were there?
We had 8.
Solid.
We did.
And he was
Come
the
on.
youngest.
He was
14 years old.
14 years
And
old.
Did you guys let them go up and what did they do?
That's exactly what they
went
did.
Like that? They just did that?
I mean, I can't raise
They
my
just did
eyebrow, but like.
Like that or what? Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty much like that. Jeff, grab a microphone. Come on up here. But yeah, he was right here, and he faced down Daniel in the grand finals, and they stared at each other, and he didn't back down. 14 years old, grown man, he walked away with the trophy. That was pretty gosh darn cool. Jeff, we're talking about our favorite moments of the day here. What was your favorite moment of this Saturday?
Oh my gosh, there were so many really cool things. One of my favorite moments, I think, every year is Kevin, and so getting to be a part of that this year was pretty amazing. We didn't quite get Tyson knocked out in that one, but we were it was such an amazing journey to watch him. It's so cool. That's right. I don't know how he does it. It's amazing. He's just, and I love watching it every year.
And he was really calm this year, too.
Yeah.
Like, I came up to him, like, hey, how you doing? He's like, I'm good. And I was watching for a little bit, and he looked up, and he goes, there's a lot of people here. And I was like, yeah, dude, there's a lot of people here. That was fun.
Although,
it was an
Jeff,
amazing time.
I have to say my favorite moment for you from me was the Atari moment at Survey Says. I thought that was really funny.
Oh.
Do you remember the Atari joke you made?
What's that?
The Atari joke you made during Survey Says.
Yeah, so it wasn't a joke. It was real. But no, the question was, what would you say to your younger self about gaming? And as Atari 2600 was what I was playing when I was a kid, and I would probably go back and tell myself that it gets better. You think about what we're, all these years later, playing Red Dead Redemption and Assassin's Creed, and it's like, what?
It's wild.
It's different times. And, of all that stuff, what a great free play area. I can't wait to get my hands on that Vectrix. I'm going to get it on that at some point
Hopefully
and play
it's still working.
I see someone sitting at it right now, and I see some green lights, so I'm pretty optimistic in that world.
It's functional. We've got a Vectrex. You asked for it.
I really did. Well, even though we got a bunch of stuff today, the fun doesn't stop today for our All Access and our VIP friends here at the show.
And if you don't have your All Access or VIP are sold out, but if you want to stay for the after party, you can actually upgrade your ticket. That's the sales pitch. You're welcome. I'm done.
Don't
I'm
do it.
out. That's what I'm here for, to pay the bills.
So if you haven't yet, please feel free to. We're going to have the bar open. We have amazing musical acts tonight, from 88-bit to Button Masher, Crazy 8 the Great, and the Koopa Kids.
Koopa Kids.
Woo-hoo.
I'm excited.
It's going to be a great night. Arcade's open. We're going to have some music throughout the entire night, and hopefully we're going to have all of you
here
at
the
CGC
2023.
Look at that,
We
folks.
got
We
it.
did
We
it.
got it. We're good. Yeah, we got this.
did it.
Oh, you want a picture? We got to pose for a picture, I think, all of a sudden. This is planned.
You want to get on the inside, Tom?
Well, are we going to do the point at the camera thing, or?
How we doing?
Oh, that felt good.
I think that was kind of cool. All right, I don't have anything else, but thank you guys for coming. This has been great. This is a dream come true. I don't even know how to express it. We put so much work into this show all year, so thank you for everyone that came. If you're coming tomorrow, you're staying tonight, thank you. Honestly, this has been great. This has been really an emotional journey. It's been an incredible journey. Also, Corey has been up here all day, as well as Jeff and Abby, putting in so much effort. If you guys knew half the amount of effort, the team from Rock the House, Miranda doing social media, Kathleen, when you see her tonight, please, all these people, I know there's only a handful of you guys here, but even if 2 of you, 3 of you going up to them just saying thank you, it is so much energy, passion, love for everything we build here. I mean it, like, from the bottom of my heart. Like, I love this city. I love what we're doing. I love our programs, and I love these people. And Dan, you guys are amazing. So thank you guys for everything you're doing. And thank you for being the promoters and supporters of the show. We love you guys. And Rob, you're a stud. Hopefully we've got some good pictures of you. Thank you guys, though. Seriously, appreciate it.
We really just Lion King there. Can you feel the
I'm
love
sorry, was that too
tonight?
emotional? I get emotional. I
It was
love
nice.
this thing.
Tom,
I
it was
love
nice.
doing this show.
It was nice.
Thank you.
So all of our friends, 6 p.m., the doors are closing for those who do not have that all-access VIP, and of course our vendors we're going to enjoy as well. If you haven't, go upgrade because you're going to want to be here. I'm just saying. But for now, we'll see you in just a bit. After party here next. Let's do it, y'all.
Check. Hey, I'm back. I actually had something to eat. My wife made me get something to eat. And we're just about wrapping this up. You just heard from the Cleveland Gaming Classic folks that this is it. Last call. It's over for today. And then we'll be back tomorrow. I still have my voice. Glenn does not. Hopefully that changes tonight. We'll see. But guys, really appreciate you tuning in. I know we had some hiccups where YouTube dropped us off. Apparently, we were going for more than 6 hours. And I read in some stuff with YouTube that they think it's video that's unattended, and they'll shut your stream down. They'll just turn it off. So I apologize for that earlier, and I had to restart a stream. Some folks were saying hey, it's going 2 or 3 times over. I think this is the first time, Cody, today that I've been able to broadcast and not yell into the microphone. It's been actually really good. Again, I want to give a shout out and thanks to Cody. I want you guys also to thank Cody and Daniel. I don't know where Daniel's at. He's probably playing video games, but Cody's going to put his camera on. Special thanks to him because he's over there producing and switching and taking all the crap when things break, getting everything running, running around like a chicken with his head cut off. Guys, this is a multiple guy event because there's so much to do here. My wife running to get water bottles and things like that. I don't normally drink on stream with that, but talking as much as I did, I had to. So we hope you guys enjoyed the content. We're going to be back tomorrow. We're going to do some more tomorrow. 4 o'clock, it's over tomorrow. We're going to tear things down and head on out, and then we'll be back in Pittsburgh. Tuesday, we will have game time and all that good stuff. So, guys, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, guys, keep it buzzing.